Hello, hello. Welcome to the show, everybody. Mike and T-Roy is here. No eases today. Trav is here. Hello, Trav.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. The great Raj Sharma is here as well.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Raj.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Raj.
So glad you're staying in town for a couple days and we get
Yeah.
to do another show
I know.
with you.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun.
It has been a good time, man.
Yeah.
Because I was telling people this at the shows. When, as a stand-up comic, you don't really get to see any of the city you go into when you're on tour.
Yeah.
You fly in. They usually try to book you the first flight out. So you're tired when you get in. You go straight to the hotel, take a nap, wake up, have lunch. Usually near the hotel, walking distance, and then they pick you up. You go back to the hotel. They get ready for the show, and then you go do the show, and then you stay out late, hanging out with people and meeting people in that city. And then you wake up late, and you go grab lunch, and then you come back and take
Yeah.
a nap, and it's the same thing. So I finally got to see. I got to see a little bit of Detroit last time when we went to that rooftop bar.
Yeah.
But that was it.
When Newberg was here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was it. But this time, like today, I went to go pick up a bottle of whiskey, and I was trying to find where Total Wine is, and you have one here. And it's on 8 Mile and Haggerty.
Is that why you were gone so long?
It's like a half hour from here.
Wait,
No wonder.
It's 11 miles, and there's no traffic. And that was interesting because
We thought you were in jail for sure.
Yeah, we thought brown guy driving a car in a
Yeah.
white neighborhood.
You didn't make it to the end of the street.
He gone.
Oh, we go.
He gone. He in jail. 10 and
It
2,
was
Raj.
it was 11. It was 11 miles away. There was interestingly enough.
You just wanted to go to 8 Mile.
No,
you,
I just
you
looked
wanted
it
me
up.
to pull off on 8 Mile Road earlier. And I
That's
was
the
like,
wrong
nah.
8 Mile. I hate to tell
No,
you.
no, no. But
Haggerty's not
we were
it.
on the way to downtown Detroit, and I'm like, let's just pull off. But Haggerty and 8 Mile, like, there's a Benihana's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference with that 8
Yeah,
Mile.
yeah.
Like,
That's not the part Eminem's talking about.
yeah, there was a Chili's across from the Benihana's. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not as bad as they make it out.
Yeah, I used to say that about Long Beach. I drove through Long Beach. I'm like, what the fuck is Snoop talking about? This is lovely.
Oh, yeah, it's
like,
not.
Yeah, no, get to the other end of Long Beach.
Yeah, it's the Long Beach. That's why it's called Long Beach Compton.
Yeah.
When you get to that side of the 710,
Yeah.
that'll wake you up.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I'll
like,
get
where
to-
all the ships are and the ocean and the neighborhoods. I'm like,
beautiful.
this is Snoop's full of shit. This is gorgeous. I love Long
That's
Beach.
not the LBC.
Yeah, that's not the LBC.
But when I was driving, it said 11 miles away. And it was something Haggerty Road. I was like, okay. And I put it in the GPS, and it then as I get closer to it, it says, make a ride on 8 Mile, and I'm like, oh shit, we're here.
I made it.
I've arrived.
This is cool. And then I'm driving, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run in, get my shit, get out.
Yeah.
I found the key, so
Yeah.
I'm locking the doors
Yeah.
because this is 8 Mile.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, is that a fucking Benihana's? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it was there before things got bad. I don't know. I was like, is that a Sheraton? Like,
Yeah.
what the
You're
fuck?
about
are they-
15 miles the wrong way.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
Like, and then they're like, make a ride on Haggerty, and I'm like, there's a Chili's and there's a Costco. I was like, they keep hyping up 8, like it's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, but I can
You're way
say-
away from the
Tomorrow
Chin
we'll take you on the real drive.
See, I would go.
Yeah,
like
hell
you
yeah.
guys are scared. I'm not.
No,
They're
I'm
not going to do
scared
shit. They're not scared. They're
The
not-
vanilla gorilla,
The vanilla
motherfucker.
gorilla, yeah. Honky Konk. Honky Konk's not afraid of shit.
Let's go roll, man.
Vanilla Bear and Chocolate Bear. Let's go. Like I'm not. I'm not scared of that stuff. Like I made the only time it ever scared me in L.A. is I'd gone to an audition and I made a wrong left, and I was legitimately in Inglewood, and
Yeah.
the not gentrified part.
Yeah.
And there were people on the street corner, and I have a pretty decent car. And there were people on the street corner like, I dare you to step out. I dare you to step out. And like screaming at me. And I'm like, and then they were on a corner, and then they started walking. And all of them, there was about 15 people. And they're crossing the crosswalk. And I was like, fight or flight. And
hammer down.
I'm about to fucking flight.
Yeah.
And I ran the red light. I was like,
yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
And it was just literally, I recognized landmarks. I was like, oh yeah, I think I'm going the right way.
Yeah.
So I wanted to, I got to the audition, did it, whatever, and I was like, I'll figure out my way back home.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, fucking Waze.
Yeah,
we're
from
gonna
now
do
on.
this
Ways out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different world when you get into Redford, Detroit, and if you roll around with a cop and it's like, watch when we take this turn in this neighborhood, check out the corner. There's gonna be some kids sitting there, and I'm like, okay, take the turn. There's a bunch of kids on the corner, and they're all double fisting, flipping you off. They're just like, fuck off, cop. You're like, holy shit. These guys see that doesn't happen in my neighborhood. Everyone's like, hello, officer.
Here's Ruben
Be
Paul.
safe out there, sir.
There's a great comic named Ruben Paul, and he talks about how misleading LA
Not as good
is.
as Paul Rubin.
No, no,
Or RuPaul.
or RuPaul. But he talks about how misleading it is in LA because there's palm trees.
Yeah.
So if you're riding around during the day and you get into a bad part of, it doesn't look like a bad part of town
Yeah.
because it's got
Palm
the
trees.
weather's nice.
Like vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's palm trees. There's
Yeah.
and then at night it's like the fucking Walking Dead.
You can't
Yeah.
see the palm trees.
Yeah.
And they go away.
They go away.
They go.
They go,
Yeah.
and then the crackheads come out, and you're like, oh shit, okay, this is legit.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is scary. But I got to say I was on 8 Mile, so
Yeah, that's
It counts.
cool.
It-
Did you
it
take a
counts,
picture?
technically.
I wanted you to just
No.
take a picture of the 8 Mile sign. You go
Yeah,
home and be
I'm
like,
good.
yeah,
You could have been
I
right
don't-
by the Welcome to Farmington Hills sign right there.
that's what it says. Welcome to Farmington Hills.
Mean streets. That's
The
what
mean
we
streets.
rep. Yeah.
Hey, we forgot to mention the other day when you were here. We did show Thursday just with you,
Yeah.
right? And then Friday with Brad.
Yes.
You guys, by the way, great show.
Thank you.
At Ridley's. That was so
Killed it.
much fun. All the shows were sold out. We had so much fun. First off, I think we all got a little overserved.
Okay.
And I think,
That's your guys' fault for going late. You
yeah,
guys
for
went
going
long,
late,
didn't
you did.
Well, we did go long.
And then
Yeah.
coming out and hanging out afterwards. I think I've resolved, like, people are just starting to blow the lines out a little bit. People
Yeah.
that haven't left the house in a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, that was usually just me. But
Yeah.
now it's like everybody. There's so many people that were like, hey, thank you for a great night out. It was the first time we've been out in months.
Yeah. I got that a lot.
Yeah. Did
there
you
were-
get that too?
Yeah, I got. I had this lady hug me. She's like, "I needed this. I haven't been out
Yeah.
of my house in so long."
Yeah.
and we needed this. And then her husband came over and said the same thing. And I think about 20 people over the weekend
Yeah.
came by.
Yeah.
And said, how they haven't been out, and
Yeah.
this is what they needed, and they're glad that it's back.
Isn't that
Especially
crazy,
this.
the little things you take for granted until they're taken away from you?
The thing in
Like going out.
Yeah.
Who would have ever thought we'd lose
Well,
going
that's
out?
something scheduled. So it's something you can look forward to. It's on the calendar. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah. No,
okay,
that's
on
true.
This day, we're doing this.
And we spent a good year plus scheduling shit that ended up canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some big shows coming to town. We were going to go to Motley.
Yeah, for
Troy was
sure.
had tickets to Tool and Rage, and there were all kinds of events that just got
Yeah, a whole year
just
wiped
pushed
away.
back.
wiped out. Yeah, yeah.
But here,
You ain't got to tell him.
oh, I know. Oh, I know.
yeah.
Oh, I
You
know.
didn't eat for a year.
Yeah.
I just starved. No, I mean, I started going out in August of last year. Brad started going out in May, which blew my mind.
Yeah.
Because he's, if he got it,
Yeah.
it would have been bad news.
Sure. Like I said, everybody
but,
coughs, goes right over his head.
Yeah, exactly. But for the pandemic fucked a lot of people up mentally in LA because you have all these people that were out every night and doing, getting out of the house and whatever, and now they're isolated to themselves and their own thoughts.
Yeah. People don't tend to stay out late in LA.
Right.
Not like New York out late, Chicago out late,
Right.
Detroit out late. LA, people get up early because
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then they're out all day, and then
Yes.
shit shuts down around 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I mean,
the
if
most
you,
part.
if you go, for most restaurants and like some cocktail lounges, but you can get the bars till they say till 2, but
Yeah.
it has to be everybody has to be out of the building, including the staff,
By 2?
by 2.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
last call is at 1:10,
Yeah.
and they stop serving. I think it's 1:25, and then everybody just kind of fucks off, and then
Yeah.
so does the staff, and everybody has to be, or you get fined. But I didn't have a real, the pandemic didn't bother me in that sense because if I wasn't booked anywhere, if I wasn't like at the Laugh Factory or at the Melrose Club or the store or wherever, I stayed home.
Yeah.
So if I got home off the road on Sunday night, and I'm not booked until Thursday, I don't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless
and
like,
if you walk downstairs right outside of Raj's apartment, you walk downstairs across 50 feet of parking lot, and there's a liquor store.
right.
So you literally have to go nowhere. No matter
Nowhere.
what you
And
want.
then and we go out that back entrance, and then we go back in there and back up the elevator, and
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean? So I didn't really mind. Like they're like, okay, well now we have to stay in. I'm like, okay, TV still works, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool.
This would have been a wild scene. That's funny if like TV didn't work.
That's what I'm saying.
That would have been a real problem. if
yeah, that
TV
would have been
didn't
like
work.
the
riots.
fucking. That would have been riots. in the
That would have
street,
been
like,
Peter
Netflix went down.
Oh, forget it. No, but what I was going to say is when you were here on Thursday,
yeah.
we were just kicking the ball around, different conversations,
Yeah.
different topics.
Yeah.
And after the show, so Troy, you see Troy's phone sitting there.
Yeah.
And my phone's sitting here. So after the show, we go upstairs, and you went to your show.
Yeah.
And Troy looks at his phone. He's like, "What the fuck?" He pulls up Google,
Yeah.
and the search menu popped up for him.
Yeah.
Troy, do you remember exactly what was on that
Yeah,
search menu?
It was. I mean, there was a couple of things that I had actually searched. The first three, and then after that, in order, Mesquite, Texas, the Den in L.A. on Sunset,
Hilarious.
Richard Marx. I swear to God.
How fucking scary is
And,
that?
you know,
Yeah.
we all, like I said, we all know those stories of your phone listening. And
Yeah.
if you look up looking for a car, you get nothing but car ads. From
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
But this was literally on my search, like history.
Yeah.
Like I had typed it in and looked it up.
That's
in
why I love
Google.
the anti-vaxxers. Like they're trying to track us.
Bill
I'm
Gates.
like, well, fucking,
Goddamn right.
There you
Already
go.
tracking us.
Yeah.
They're already doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they're-
they are.
They don't need
They
a
are.
fucking. They gave you the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scares the shit out of me.
You know what I mean? Like,
how many
they're tracking you.
confessions are on this thing?
It's true, but we don't have to like it, Raj.
I know.
We can
I'm
still
I-
bitch about it.
I'm just saying. People are like, I'm like, they're putting a chip in us. I'm like, nobody. No, Bill Gates trying to track us. I'm like, nobody gives a fuck what you do, Steve. Like nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. That
There
you're
was
doing.
They
there
all
was
do.
truth to that story, though. I can't remember what it was exactly. The Bill Gates one that they were tracking in some in a previous something or other. That's where that's based out of.
No, it's based out of the fucking Looney Tune side of the internet. There is,
Yeah.
what do you think
Let
Bill?
me Google that.
Yeah, please Google it up.
Please Google that because there is some truth to that story. I watched
Live
the
Bill Gates
documentary on it
watching me.
about Bill, where that comes from and what it was, and I can't remember. God, I wish I could remember. It might have been tracking people in other countries that they were doing, that they were inoculating or vaccinating.
It was tracking
not
about the-
for
about the-
COVID-19, but
was
for something else.
Oh, okay.
And it was like, holy shit, he's doing it there. He's going to be doing it here with us with this goddamn COVID-19 vaccine.
That's what I was thinking.
Which I don't
think it was part of
believe,
that
but-
COVID tracker thing to be able to contact
Well,
trace it
the
and
first
things like
article that
that.
comes up, wait for it. It's going to surprise you.
It's on Breitbart.
Trump.
No.
Hey, then it's got to be true.
It's theverge.com. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
What, that Trump said that? I don't remember
That's what
Trump
they say,
saying that.
yeah.
But
October 2nd, 2020.
yeah. Well, where did Trump get that from?
His fucking mental brain.
Yeah,
That's where he got
maybe,
it from.
maybe.
From all the fucking Adderall he snorts.
If you could find something,
Fired up Raj already.
yeah, it's easy to do. It's easy to do.
He's off his best behavior now.
Oh, is this what it's going to be like, Raj?
no, not at all. Come on.
No, you can find it. I could find it. Jimmy Dore did like an hour-long breakdown with Max Blumenthal about this and went through and gave all the evidence in the world. Actually, it was more Max Blumenthal, and Jimmy was just along for the ride. But Max is an unbelievable investigative journalist. I absolutely trust his integrity and morals, and he's on the left, but
I know.
still. And
I
he
think
was
the bigger-
talking.
I
He
think-
broke down where that came from, and it was not just like Trump willy-nilly threw it out.
I think
I'm
the
not saying I
bigger-
believe he's tracking us, Bill Gates, through this
Right.
vaccine. I'm not saying that.
I
but-
just think the bigger story was them getting divorced.
Who?
Like Bill Gates and Melinda Gates. right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like that to me was the bigger story than fucking a tracking device in a fucking
Yeah.
vaccine. Because
Well,
I'm like,
you know why? I'm telling you, man, that dude's fucked up. Bill Gates is fucked up, and that shit with Epstein
Yeah.
is what made Melinda.
I think some shit
skate.
came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
some
out
shit
before
there.
this all comes down.
Well, I think
before you hang yourself too.
I think they were all there. I think they all did some.
Fuck yeah.
I think they all
Hell
did,
yeah, Trump, Clinton.
yeah, absolutely.
But Bill Gates has that ultimate nerd image. So you go, he's harmless. He's got a pocket protector. You know, you look at Trump and you go, yeah, he's fucking girls. A
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of them underage. I wouldn't put it past him.
Right.
You just look at him, you see it. Bill Clinton, smooth talker all day long, man.
Yeah.
He fuck anything that moves. He don't care.
That's a great fucking impression.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Nicely
thank you,
done.
thank you. You know, you could totally picture Bill macking on everything that moves, but Bill Gates just has that. Oh, hunky-dory, I'm just a Microsoft IBM nerd.
They're the kinkiest
You know,
ones, man.
Yeah,
They're the
yeah.
fucking wildest ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
Repressed.
my thing is this: like, I don't know if it's logic or laziness or a combination of the two. How long were they married? Like 30 some odd years.
Something
What-
like that. Didn't
what
she
d-
work for him?
Yeah, I mean, at
Was
some
that
point,
the-
yeah. But I'm like, well,
What, at an Apple store?
No. She's
She was
Oh,
an
she did.
executive, I think, at
Yeah, yeah.
IBM or
Yeah.
Microsoft, whatever. Yeah,
But I'm like,
it's-
why now? Like, what do you think you're gonna get now? Like, what are your?
She had real hang-ups with hanging out repeatedly with Jeffrey Epstein, and that shit was after he was a convicted child fucking porn guy.
Okay.
In 2009, he was a convicted pedophile, and then and Bill Gates's answer didn't hold up to me when he was interviewed on PBS, and he said
That was creepy.
it was creepy as shit with his hands and his eyes and his shifting. He's not used to getting pushback. He buys hundreds of millions of dollars of media who won't talk shit about him.
Yeah.
But when he said, well, my time with Jeffrey Epstein, you know, I was meeting with him for philanthropic adventures.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw
And you're
it.
like, dude, fuck you. You're
Yeah.
literally the wealthiest man on planet Earth. You do not need a convicted pedophile to
Yeah.
fucking raise money for whatever you're doing philanthropically around the world. Don't insult my intelligence.
Right, right.
You don't
Did he
need
end
a
it with
convicted
like,
pedophile.
well, he's dead though, so
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and that's
like
how he
how-
ended it.
yeah.
But he's dead.
Well,
so
but he's dead, so-
he can't say anything about who I was banging on his pedo island.
Yeah.
But don't insult us with such a lame answer. The richest guy on planet Earth doesn't need a fucking.
Oh, what's he supposed to do?
pedal's
Come on, and go,
money.
yeah, I was banging fucking 12-year-olds?
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
something. Deny, deny, deny.
Yeah, absolutely.
until you can prove it,
And the
it
thing
wasn't me.
about the thing about people like that is they're insulting your intelligence because they don't believe you're intelligent.
Hey,
Yeah.
You're not as smart as me. If you were,
Yeah.
you'd be me.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I was meeting with him for. We were gonna open a museum.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was gonna see how much money he was gonna. No. You
my
flew
word
to-
against his, and
so
he ain't
okay,
got
so
one,
you
so-
couldn't just go to his house in Florida. You had to fly to his island.
Yeah.
To talk about things philanthropically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
it's
dumb.
like Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew, yeah.
Prince Andrew, who they were like, he was a convicted pedophile, and you went and stayed at his house for 4 days. He was like, well, as a friend, I wanted to be there in person to say that the friendship was over. Oh, so you flew from London to hang out at the pedophile's house for 4 days instead of just calling him and going, bro, I can't hang out with you
over.
anymore. People know about your fucking kids. I can't do it. Sorry. You know.
You got to ease into conversations
You got to
like that.
fly there and hang out at a pedo house for 4 days.
You got to get a couple fresh
Stop
tails
it.
in.
Maybe hold on. Now we don't know what British etiquette is.
True.
When breaking up a
Tea and
friendship.
crumpets, not hanging out at a pedophile's
No,
fucking
but-
crib.
You
But
should
maybe-
know, aren't you? Isn't that your,
Yeah. I never had to break up with anybody when I was there. So maybe it is like, you know, you have to go and do it in person.
maybe?
Yeah.
And let him down
It's
gently.
the scholarly thing to do.
So maybe that is how they're like if you're in London and you break up you can't break up over text or phone, maybe they
Yeah.
come to your house.
Yeah.
And they stay for 4 days.
Or you just need a couple more kiddos.
or
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what, that's what it is.
Either one of the two.
Yeah.
you're just dealing with people who are at such a high level, they're not used to getting pushback for anything.
Right.
Bill Gates, when you spend $313.9 million on press, on CNN, on PBS, tens of millions of dollars on PBS, they're not writing hit pieces on you. You're funding those platforms. You're funding them, and he's been doing it. This is an age-old trick in media. This,
Oh, yeah,
this
for
goes
sure.
Back to the
For sure.
the railway business,
Yeah.
where it was like, oh, we're getting hammered in the press. Well, fucking buy up all the
the
media
newspaper.
buys.
Yeah.
Buy the newspaper, buy the press, buy all the advertising,
Yeah.
and then they can't shit on you. And Bill Gates is playing that like it's a card game.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so
I mean,
he's that's what he's doing. So what you get is people, instead of you go to friendly outlets that you've already bought and paid for, and then they're not going to push back on you.
Yeah.
They're just not going to really push back on you.
Right.
The most you'll get is one of them going, "Now this looks a little weird," and then he gives some lame ass excuse,
Yeah.
like the richest guy on earth needs this fucking creep's money. Give me a break.
Right,
And
right.
they just go, "Oh, okay, well that settles that." Really?
enough for me.
Nice investigative journalism. Nice follow up, by the way. That's pathetic.
But yeah, I mean, like
pathetic.
but that's what like even with Jeff Bezos, I mean, like they're not attractive men.
No.
And my thought was, what are you gonna get now?
Their
Like,
wallet is gorgeous.
the wallet is pretty fucking.
Stunning
I mean,
wallets.
that
I'd
wallet's
fuck
model.
that wallet.
I'd fuck that
Yeah,
wallet.
I'd fuck that wallet in a minute.
Yeah, I'd fuck that wallet too. I mean, that is cover of GQ sexy, that wallet.
Sexiest wallet of the year on
Yeah,
people.
No doubt.
absolutely. That's the one they should really have. Title of sexiest wallet of the year. Fuck People Magazine's prettiest people. Sexiest
Wallet
wallet.
of the year. Yeah, I just I'm like, what do you like? Especially Bill Gates. I'm like, who do you think you're going to land now? Like, you still look like that.
Yeah.
You have all the money, and I mean, Trump proves what money does for ugly people.
A million millionaires have proven what money does.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
see these
Lots of
creepy old
people.
dudes
But
with
I-
hot little biscuits all day long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I also live in L.A. where they have millions of dollars and they transform themselves into good-looking guys for these little biscuits.
Do they really though?
I
It
see
always looks so-
it all the time, dude. It looks. They're trying to look.
Wait, the
at close-
girls transform themselves?
No, the guys.
The guys,
like
yeah.
these multi-millionaire, like old businessmen that now all
That
of a sudden
doesn't
have a
look-
full
it-
head of hair.
It doesn't work though. It's
Yeah.
not a good look.
They just look like they're surprised always.
Yeah.
You know what I
When you
mean?
lose all your wrinkles and you got some fucking stapled on head of hair, it's
Yeah,
just it
that's-
doesn't. Nothing about that looks good. It
face
looks
doesn't
desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what?
Their face doesn't move anymore.
Exactly.
Their
Yeah,
face doesn't move.
exactly.
Right. I mean, I've seen so much Botox, especially in LA at the Laugh Factory or at the Melrose Club, whatever. When they're in the audience and they're laughing, like, oh, that was good.
And nothing on their face. Is
Nothing's moving.
It's just stationary.
Because if it does move, their staples are going to pop off their hair.
Yeah.
That's going to come off.
It's too lizard-like. There's something lizardy about
Yeah,
that look, that shiny plastic look. They just haven't nailed it down. I'm sure, you fast forward 50 years, they'll probably have that down where,
Sure.
you can look. But for now, I don't think, women that get the shit in their lips.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
did you
The-
see?
the girl at
Okay.
the show? I was going to say, I wish
Okay.
I could pull that up.
Yeah, if you can pull
That might
her
have
up,
been the most ridiculous thing I've...
If you can pull her up, her name is Foxy Menagerie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's, what is she, a porn star?
No, she is a glamour model.
Glamour
Okay.
model. I'm sorry if you're listening.
That's what she says. She's a glamour model. I
Catch
don't
that,
know.
Trev? Foxy Menagerie.
She has an OnlyFans.
Oh, God.
She probably does well. There's a niche
I'm sure.
there.
I'm
There
sure.
is. Her name is Foxy Menagerie.
She's local?
She is from Detroit.
Okay.
Okay. So let's be careful here.
Yeah,
Let's be very, very careful.
I mean, listen.
She was a sweetheart.
She was. I talked
No,
to
no,
her.
no.
She was
legit,
very, very nice.
Legit. I think it was her sister. That's what. They're both Russian. I believe.
Was her boyfriend?
There's a boyfriend. There's two. There were two guys, and I think one's married, one's not. I don't know.
We're talking about a girl. For those that don't know,
Yeah.
we're talking about a girl that has size Z titties.
Double Z's.
Double Z.
Z's and an ass to boot too.
I called them wheelbarrow titties.
yeah.
There's
There
Brad.
you go.
There's Brad.
There's right there with Brad.
is that
was
night?
at the show? Yeah,
That was that night.
That was the night. Saturday
Yeah.
night late show right there.
Is that her Instagram or?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
She's got 7,300
Look
likes.
at she
on
could
it.
knock him the fuck out with those things if she turned around.
They're bigger than his head.
Oh yes.
And Acons have big heads.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, they do. He does.
Somebody
have a
pulled
little
that
big head.
Mr. Brady thing where you throw the briefcase down and scare her, and she whipped around real
turned
quick.
around.
She would knock his fucking head off.
She would
right
hurt
there.
him.
Yeah.
She couldn't have been sweeter though. She really was.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to her. For a
Wonderful.
minute.
Wonderful. Her.
Yeah.
I think it was her sister.
She's
I
a
don't
little
know.
startling. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
She can draw attention.
She's aware.
the
She's
point?
done. She's done interview. I was reading a couple of interviews that she did. One was with the Daily Mail in the UK,
yeah.
and she's aware. She's like, I know, but she does want to go bigger. She did
Wow.
say that.
Holy cow.
I don't know how it's possible.
Is that even? Yeah.
You would think the skin would just break,
I would think
break
you'd have
free
to
at some
have
point.
Fake skin, even almost on there.
Yeah.
Like, you got to add some skin to that.
I don't know.
Do you
I
grow
mean,
into that? No, I'm just. That's
I
a real
think they have.
question.
I think they when they're deciding, because I think I read it in the article. If I read it correctly, that when they're deciding to go bigger, they have what they call extenders. So it's already in the implant that they just got to expand the skin.
Okay.
So that in a couple of months they can come back in. I believe if I'm correct.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
that would
So
make sense. The skin's
prepping.
kind of
Yeah.
perpetually stretching.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And then when you go back in for the next
can then
one,
fill it.
You can fill it up more, and then you can just keep stretching.
She had him in the ass too.
She
That
did have
stuck
the
out
ass.
quite a bit,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
figured that had to be like there had to be like lead or something in there as like a counterweight. Yeah, she didn't just tip over. You just needed that hanging off the back end.
She said that she started getting, if I read the article correctly, which I think I did, it was after she got divorced. She started getting plastic surgery to make herself feel pretty, and she wanted the perfect hourglass figure.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
she's going for that Roger Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit kind of
Jessica
cosplay.
Rabbit, yeah.
I think there is one picture where she's cosplaying as Catwoman, which was with the leather and the mask and the whole 9 yards. So I think she does that. Maybe that's on.
Yeah.
I was curious of how
Well,
many
she's gonna-
surgeries it takes to get to that point. I mean,
Three.
10?
Three.
Yeah, right. No, 10, 20, 100? I don't really know. It was a legitimate question. Like, how many times
And
you
how
have
much
to
money
go
you'd have to have. There
get
has to
there?
be fans donating.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yeah.
I had my ex had breast implants put in. She was a G, but she was also 5'10", 165, so it fit her 170.
Yeah.
It fit her body.
G?
Yeah, or G's.
Biggins.
Big. Did you have
Yeah,
fun with
She
them?
isn't
Yeah, they were
biggins.
great. They were
Yeah.
great.
Excellent.
But she and even the doctor was like, if this didn't fit your size, I wouldn't do the surgery. If it didn't look
Bullshit. Yes, he would.
No, I mean, there's-
LA?
there's-
Some will.
No.
This
in
doctor probably
Dallas.
wouldn't have. Someone with some
Somebody would
scruples,
somewhere,
but somebody would.
But
for
this
sure.
this doctor that she went to,
He's Googling Raj's ex.
but no. So the doctor's like, because she had the height and she had the build.
Yeah.
She was a swimmer, so she had broad shoulders. She was, they looked like when you saw her, you wouldn't go, okay, come on.
Yeah.
But this, like when they
Still, even with a G, don't you just still go, come on.
yeah, no, I was like, come on.
Come on, them.
Yeah. But then when she, and got again, sweetest personality in the world, but it is jarring to see like
Yeah.
when she walked in the door and I was like, holy shit, that has to.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like not. It is fake.
Yeah,
I
but
thought it was
not
like,
even real.
But I thought it was like, is this a?
Well, that's how that was at the club.
Yeah, that-
where it was like you
we're
turn your
walking
head, and
by,
you're like,
yeah.
"Well, hello."
Yeah, and
how
she
are
came
you?
by, and she has to give you a side hug because obviously.
Yeah, you can't get up in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she gave me a side hug. She bought a DVD. She bought Brad's merch as well, and
Right on.
told us how much fun she had. And then I believe it's her sister. I could be wrong, but she came up, and then the husbands and or boyfriends, whichever, were just the nicest people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
One of my
that's-
drunk assholes just go straight motorboat on her.
yeah.
You'd go. It knock you out.
Yeah.
Had to.
it would come out, come back.
Yeah, or you would just get stuck and suffocate, and then,
Yeah.
like you can't pull yourself out.
I'm gonna pass on that. Let you guys have at it.
No,
I
not my thing at all. I'm just curious.
That's
Yeah.
not. That's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
That
When they're out on like that, some asshole can't. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
People wanting to pick up Brad. Somebody's gonna.
Oh,
do
I
it.
imagine someone sitting next to her at the bar would be
Yeah.
fucking taking shots
Throwing
of popcorn.
olives.
Yeah, I imagine.
She said in the article that I read, she said most people are just genuinely curious as
Yeah.
to why
Yeah.
and how.
Yeah.
It's
kinda what I was,
Like
yeah.
nobody really. She said it says in there like she can hear some people talking, but for the most part, people that come up are just.
Oh, that would have killed my
how's-
grandpa.
Yeah.
My grandpa. If he
Just
was
right
sitting in a
there.
restaurant, he would have just face planted. It would have been it. Done. He wouldn't have been able to handle that. So she's probably put a few elderly people down, but
Maybe.
Yeah, she'll probably put a few kids down just inadvertently.
Yeah.
Just,
Just said, turn around too quick. Clear a room. You need a turning radius.
Hey, why don't we get to some news?
All right.
Rough weekend in the Midwest.
yeah.
Rough weekend in the Kentucky area.
Kentucky to Illinois.
Boy, oh boy, yeah. Was that 250 miles or something?
It was on the ground for 4 hours.
They said that might have been the longest path or whatever continuous
Yeah.
stretch of tornadoes.
I believe it
ever
broke a
in history.
record set in 1912 for longest measured distance.
I always question
Of a tornado.
shit from that back. What's
Yeah.
your record keeping really like in
Yeah.
1912?
But what was far?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like what was far? It's like it went to the second county.
Yeah.
exactly.
In that kind of time,
Yeah. It
It's
took out
Cletus with a
4
pair of
barns.
binoculars. It's still going. It's still going.
it takes us 2 days to get there. Like I wonder what the
Right.
the speed is like. It's traveling. It's
All
fast.
relative. Yeah.
These stories are always hard for me to do. Not because I care about the story so much. It's just they're always the same. It's always the same cast of characters in them. And I'm a smart ass by nature. Anybody that listens to this show knows that. Half of what I say, I might not even believe. I'll fucking flip my opinion on something in a week. I literally have no morals or grounded in nothing. So I can be kind of all over the place, but
Your mom's gonna listen to that statement. Your mom's gonna be on her walk.
yeah.
And not
she's
be
gonna listen to the
surprised
show.
at all.
At all.
No, you think, or she'd be like, "I raised you better."
Oh,
Don't-
No,
No, she knows. He's a
no.
piece of shit.
She's-
She knows.
Yeah.
We had this the
knows.
other day. First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah. She's awesome, but she raised a real doozy of a piece of shit. But it's, people make posts and it's like, I ain't never done nothing to God that I ain't seen this coming. And you're like, Cletus, don't go on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Facebook. And you want to blast some of it. It's like, dude, it's 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Their towns are
Destroyed.
devastated.
Yeah, they're still finding bodies.
Yeah. And it's like, how do you what do you do with this? Because now come the stories, and they're miles long, they're pages long on any outlet you're on, and they all have to show every picture. They have slideshows of, oh, here's what it looked like before all hell fucking came to town. And
Yeah.
you slide it, you just see a flattened area.
Yeah.
We don't get that sort of stuff here. Michigan is one of the rare spots on planet Earth.
We get tornadoes occasionally.
Occasionally.
But
They
that's about-
touch
we don't
down,
Do, we don't do
they fuck
earthquakes,
off.
We don't get
Hurricanes.
Right.
We don't have poisonous snakes, really. We
Yeah.
don't have. There's not a lot of things to kill
Lots of
you
fresh
here.
water. A lot going on here. We're pretty good.
Yeah.
We got it covered.
Michigan. I just feel like this is a Tim Allen.
Pure Michigan.
Pure Michigan.
No, it's not. I hate the clouds, the gray sky. Like, if it was blue skies here, this would be a great state. Instead, there's almost no blue skies except for today, and it drives me out of my mind. I'm one of those people that gets really affected by the weather.
Okay.
Depression levels. That's why when I go to LA, I just soak that shit up. Or
Yeah.
San Francisco, it's like all day, every day. Like, that's what you get, and that's what I love.
San Diego has the lowest suicide rate in the world, I
And
believe.
Seattle has the highest.
And Seattle has the highest.
Yeah.
And
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
They asked, I think God, maybe 10 years ago, they did a survey with the homeless. And they said the reason that they don't kill themselves or resort to other methods of harm is the weather.
Yeah.
The weather's so nice.
Okay.
So they wake up and they're like,
This ain't so bad.
Yeah, I'm on the street. My life sucks, but fuck, it's
Could be homeless in
Yeah.
Detroit. That's
It's
a
80
hell of a lot
degrees and
worse.
sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We were driving around earlier, and it's like, dude, you were down at Jefferson and the 10. Is that where that comes together? Yeah.
Yeah, down by Cobo.
Down by
It
Cobo.
Used to be Cobo.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's exactly where we were. Down by the casinos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, there's a dude sitting there, young enough, thin enough, bundled up, holding the sign, homeless, desperate. I'll take anything you got. And I'm like, how about a bus ticket, bro? Get the fuck out of here. What are you doing in downtown Detroit? Of all places you could go.
Yeah.
Downtown Detroit.
Think, start walking. By next year,
Yeah.
your life will change.
You're home,
You'll be-
man.
You
Dude,
can,
also
you can
wake
bag
up to
year
palm
round without
trees.
freezing your dick off.
But also, why don't you go get one of the, I don't know, 32 million vacant openings in the country for
In
jobs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
But yeah,
So
so
it's a side
so
hustle
there
for a
was-
lot of them around here.
Well,
It's a-
yeah,
it's a
I mean,
running
there,
gag.
there's a guy.
But there's definitely some that aren't.
There's a
but-
guy
Yeah.
in L.A. in L.A. in Hancock Park, and I know it's his guy. We've talked about it. He's cool as shit. He's,
Lots of people in San Francisco are doing that, and they'll make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Oh, yeah,
they can
he's,
make
he's-
literally go to work, park their car somewhere after work, change their clothes, go into a corner,
Go hit
and
2 or
rake
3
in
hours
cash.
on rush hour. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a homeless vet, and we talked about that. And he's in a wheelchair, but he's like, I get my pension. I have free health care with the VA. It's not the greatest,
Yeah.
It's something.
It's got its
but it's
issues.
something.
Better than
And
most people
so-
with nothing.
And so he's in the wheelchair, and he's got the veteran hat, and he's like, I'll make a couple $100 a day. And I'm like, well, you're gonna get 20 from me, solid, because
Yeah.
at least you're honest with me.
Yeah, right.
Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I do. Like, I get a pension from the government, but I also do this because
Yeah.
it's not that he's got his spot, and he's shown me his spot
Yeah.
off of Western and I think it's Western and Melrose. He's got his little tent, his little area.
Oh, and he sleeps outside.
Yeah. He's got
homeless,
he's got the
homeless.
tent. There's a porta potty and restaurants and bars nearby that he can go into. He's got so the I don't know what they're called that you water the planters.
Watering can?
Yeah, watering can.
Cantina.
Yeah, he's got that
Canteen?
for the shower.
Oh God, that would be miserable.
Not
Be
that.
better in LA than in Detroit.
Yeah, and he's just like,
Say that.
I like to drink. I like to smoke weed, and
Yeah.
so that's where my money goes. So he's like, if I can get $100, I'll get my weed, I'll get my whiskey or whatever it is he drinks, and he's like, my beers
Yeah.
and my food, and that's it. That's the day. I'm like, okay. He's like, I don't have rent. I don't have a phone. I don't have any.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have anybody to talk to. I got my buddies down here. That,
I'm gonna give it a shot.
I was like that.
I
Thought
that
about
was,
like just like doing like a social experiment.
that
like,
was
just-
fine. I was okay with that when it was modest.
Yeah.
And you'd see every couple days, you'd see a homeless guy somewhere, and I would often roll down my window and hand someone a 5, a 10, couple singles, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's to the point, especially out west.
Yeah.
You could literally do that on every street corner in the Bay Area,
You-
and most of them in LA. And it's getting to be now around here. You could do that on a shitload of corners.
You can do.
Where you could spend all day driving around handing out 5s and 10s.
Yeah.
Hey, they're on 8 and Haggerty. I'm not kidding. They're out there. They sit out there now.
I did not.
They're on
see,
Telegraph and
But I mean, that's they're
they might have
all
been
over in the hood.
They
but-
might have been. They might have been at the Benihana. I didn't see anybody out there.
Yeah.
But
Depends on your
Austin-
timing.
Yeah, that's true. It was sundown, so it's getting cold.
Yeah.
So they probably got back. In
Rush
their,
hour was over.
Got back in their Lincoln Navigator and went back. To but Texas is getting really bad. Austin especially.
Austin's getting better. Austin made a push to clean that shit up, and
I was just there. So,
Yeah.
did they make the push yesterday?
they've made the push recently. The mayor of Austin said, we're at a sustainable level where we can fix this. There were about 5,000 homeless people in Austin. They believed.
Okay.
And that's fixable. What's not fixable is LA. LA's
No.
gone. LA's gone.
No, they just keep
San
shuffling
Francisco
them around.
is gone, and people know the trick of go to warm weather places.
Yeah.
And California is the most liberal state in America.
Yeah.
They'll accept them way more than Florida,
Right.
And treat them differently, and more social services and programs.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of them are finding a way out to Los Angeles and out to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Where the windfall is, the windfall of
Yeah, and they're
handouts.
also just shifting them around throughout LA County and beyond. So
They've made a dangerous play, my friend. When you
should
start getting
sneak
into
in there.
Santa Monica and Beverly Hills, and
they're
shifting them to those areas.
I will tell you this: they will never touch Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills, okay, but they're into Santa Monica.
Santa Monica, they're on the beach. That's fine. Put your tent up, sleep on the beach. Don't fuck with the residents.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with the tourists.
Beverly Hills is a weird thing. Like even when the riots were going down, it was like they put a wall up around Beverly Hills. Said,
Beverly Hills has
closed at 1 p.m. No one comes in here, and it was just like they've got their own police department.
They do.
And they just wall that shit off, and it's like, I dare you. I fucking dare you to come in here.
They have their own police department that is only allowed to patrol and answer calls or react to an emergency. They're only allowed in Beverly Hills. So there's a line when you're on Santa Monica and Doheny. On this side of Doheny, Beverly Hills. You go this way, it's Los Angeles County, right? It's West Hollywood.
Yeah.
You can be on that corner, on the southwest corner, off Doheny and Santa Monica, being beaten to death, and the Beverly Hills police officer will not move.
Yeah.
They cannot patrol.
Cross that line.
They can't cross the line. They are there specifically for the
Residents of
people
Beverly Hills.
of Beverly Hills, and I think their starting salary, I believe, is somewhere between $78,000 and $80,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's
Starting.
That's the starting salary for Beverly Hills. police. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they're
Probably-
not. They're not coming to Beverly.
Probably
Hills.
a pretty low stress job too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just. I mean, there's a lot of break-ins because fucking Beverly Hills. So if you want to, I mean, that's what you do. What do
There's
you wanna-
probably a lot of calls for overdose. Would be my
probably
guess.
overdose, probably domestic
Ton.
violence.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of domestic violence.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get a lot of break-ins.
Yeah.
But I mean, I talked to, there's this one young guy, his young black dude, really nice, very polite guy. Every time I walk by up and down Ventura, I see him in different spots, usually during the day. But he never asks for anything. He doesn't ask for money. He doesn't ask for food. He doesn't ask for.
Is he a homeless guy?
He's homeless.
What's the sign say?
Nothing. He has no sign. He's got a sleeping bag and he's got his clothes. And he's always very well maintained. So I don't know if he has relatives or friends or whatever. I do know he was military as well. He was in the army. But I heard him say, he was talking about how he didn't want to be homeless, and this is bullshit. And I just asked him one day, I was smoking a cigarette and he just kind of looked and I was like, do you want one? And he didn't. I offered. He didn't ask for it. I was just walking by as I normally do, and I'm like, "How did you get? Where did you first land?" And he's like, "The Union Station in L.A. I was downtown L.A. for the longest time." I go, "Oh, so down on Skid Row?" He's like, "Yeah, Tent City." Okay. How'd you get here? Bus pulled up. Said, "Who wants to go to the valley?" And a couple of us raised our hands. And they packed up a couple buses, and they drove most of us out here to Sherman Oaks and Encino, and then the rest to Woodland Hills.
Just dropped them off there. Here you go.
Here you go.
Here's your new corner.
Because I was telling Mike, there's like Sherman Oaks, when I lived there, I live in Hancock Park now, but Sherman Oaks, quiet neighborhood, predominantly Jewish. No real crime. I mean, you have some like somebody had a catalytic converter taken, and that made like the paper.
Yeah.
Like the Sherman Oaks News. Like, can you believe the outrage?
Yeah.
I was like, and then one night I was just on my balcony, and I just heard, and I thought I heard a fight, and I look into the parking lot of the grocery store, and there's a homeless camp, and there's a huge brawl going on, and I call the cops. And they're like, can you verify that somebody's being injured? I was like, from the screams, yes.
Yeah.
She's like, but can you see it? And I said, no. She goes, nothing we can do.
Yeah.
And they just let them fight it out.
Well, there was that guy when we were sitting there on the balcony one night.
Yeah.
Remember that at like 1 a.m?
Yeah.
Some dude's downstairs and he's on the street corner and he's just screaming, "Fuck you, N-words! Fuck all you N-words!" Do you remember that?
Yeah,
He's
for
just screaming his head. Is like, dude, you're gonna get fucking shot out there. What are you doing?
Maybe what he was going for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you know that it's just someone mentally,
Yeah.
Mentally ill.
That's
And-
mentally ill. That's just, I mean, who's screaming at the top of their lungs, just like the most vile racist shit.
Yeah,
You
but I
know?
mean, it's also, there's nothing anybody can do anymore because, well, thanks, Ronald Reagan. Because he turned what used to be, if you were picked up by the cops or if you even went in yourself and said, you know, I'm mentally ill, I'm schizophrenic, I have this, they would keep you till they balanced you out. They would keep you in the hospital, balance you out
Yeah.
with your medication, and then let you out. And then Reagan came up with the 5150.
Yep.
And that's 72 hours.
Yeah.
So if they're in,
Yeah, but those mental, you know, that's a tough one. Those hospitals, you're right, absolutely.
The
The
funding's
more you
been
can get
so cut.
is a 3-day hold on a 5150.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, mental health.
But those
collectively has been
places,
so cut.
Geraldo did some incredible reporting back in the day. Like broke into one of those mental health hospitals in New York, and it was just
Filth.
shit covering the walls, bugs in food. I mean, it was the most, and no one gave a fuck. These people are grown.
I remember
people
that, yeah.
with shit-filled diapers for days, rashes, all. I mean, it was like, these aren't even human beings. Fuck them, and no one's checking on us.
Yeah.
Type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like gruesome. And so, you know, something had to be done. But what's been done in the Reagan bill, I can't remember what it was or what year exactly in the 80s. But yeah, closing down all the mental health hospitals. Those people are going somewhere.
Yeah,
You're
and-
not eliminating them.
that's the thing. Is
Yeah.
they have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So when you open the doors and go, "Well, see ya," they'll go,
Yeah.
"Okay, so is across the street cool?"
Yeah. Wherever.
Cool. Okay, well then I'll just go there. I'm not trying to walk anywhere else, so I'll just set up camp over there. And then all the hospitals started shutting down, and you got, hey, you know what? You know where everybody else is? Over there.
Right across the street.
Okay, so we'll go over there too.
Yeah.
And then now, Mike and I were talking about this. You go to Skid Row or Tent City, as they're trying to
Skid Row.
Rename
It's
it.
Skid Row. They're trying to rename it Tent City, which
Yeah.
fuck it, I don't.
That'll
care.
fix everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's offensive to say Skid Row.
Skid Row is despair. Tent City is like they got tents.
Yeah, they got tents.
Right?
That's a
It's
bad.
little
You've
com-
all
it's a
been
nice
camping
little
in the
community.
woods.
It's like a little commune.
We all go camping every now and again. Right?
It's
Tent City.
It's
And I remember going down there. There was
it's
an event.
it's a terrible excuse for humanity to have Skid Row exist in a major metro city and just act like, well, that's what it is.
We gave him Porta Johns.
Yeah, we gave them Porta Johns. There's no running water. It's
No.
an absolute. I guarantee you, 100% of the people in there are
Yeah.
drug addicts. 100. There's not even 1% of the people in there.
in Tent
My
City.
guess- yeah,
No, I would. I've been down there for various.
they're all on drugs.
The majority are on drugs. I would say 70-30, 70%
You think 30% of the people on Skid Row are not on drugs?
are mentally ill.
Yeah, and on drugs.
Well, I mean, whatever they can do to make themselves feel better, I guess. I don't know, but
Yeah,
they're
I don't blame them for it. I'm not judging.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, they probably sell their when they get 5150, they probably sell their medication for the drug that makes them feel better.
Yeah.
So you might be right. It could be 100%. They're either chemical or street drugs.
Yeah.
Or pharmaceutical or street drugs. But you're probably right. But
It's a real problem, dude. It's the whole thing is a problem. I think California is way too far gone. I don't know unless you build a city specifically to deal with the homeless, but that's almost like a fucking imprisonment in its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
Prison
they've
almost.
tried in Seattle, they've tried in Portland, they've tried in San Francisco, where hey, we've got these hotels that we're not using because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Let's put them in there. And they immediately built a meth lab in one.
Yeah.
They fucking destroyed another one. They destroyed those rooms. They built a functioning meth lab
Yeah.
on a floor in a San Francisco fucking hotel.
They had electricity finally. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Here we
I
go.
mean, the ingenuity is amazing, but you know, there's a problem. And what do you expect hotel staff to do?
Well, I mean, they're probably
not-
that's the thing. There's probably like a superintendent, but there's probably no hotel staff just because of sheer liability. But I remember performing in what's called the Tenderloin in San Francisco.
Oof.
There was a brand new club.
South Market?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mission District. And walking over a guy who was just on the, like, not on the street, but half on the sidewalk, half on the street.
Sure.
In front of the club.
It's a popular look these days.
You know, that's what I like to do. And I just remember going in and telling the club manager, I'm like, hey, you got a guy, because, you know, we're expecting people to come in for the show.
Right.
I'm like,
Go,
"There's a
go
guy."
clean up your gutter, man.
I'm like, I had to walk over him, and I'm like, hey, you might want to call somebody. And he goes, no, I'll just try to wake him up. And no bullshit. They tried to wake him up. He obviously on drugs.
Yeah.
Because he was moaning and
Oh, those
incoherent.
people. Yeah, the heroin ones. Or the,
Yeah,
the
that's what
fentanyl.
that's what I had to guess.
Seeing them
The Living
fucking
Dead.
nod off just over a bench, completely like in a position you only see in a Twister game.
Or the lead singer of Tool.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you. That's Maynard.
Maynard, the way Maynard sings, like I don't even know how his body contorts that way, but they just instead of anybody coming, it was the decision was the decision was made all the way on the sidewalk or all the way in the street.
Pick.
Yeah.
And all the way in the street won.
Yeah.
So they just moved his top half
Yeah.
into the street, and then I'm looking around, and there's all these, you know, so and so mission, Saint whatever mission, and I'm asking them like, so how does that work? And the churches will let them in for free. First come, first serve. Whoever gets a bed gets a bed.
Yeah, and there's not that many beds.
There's not that many. I think that
All the
church that
crackers
was
and wine you can eat.
They actually have pretty good spreads.
Nice
at
little
some of those-
buffet.
At some of those, man. There's a lot of companies donate. You know,
Yeah.
local companies will donate chips and this
Yeah.
and juices and
Yeah,
they-
my
they can
buddy,
have some pretty decent spreads.
I have a friend. I just met him. I'm not going to say a friend. I just met him a few months ago. He's actually setting up and he's got this convenience store that's allowing him to do it. He's got I don't know what it's called, but it's basically a giant cooler that has prepackaged meals that the homeless can come in and open and grab and go. There's water, there's juice, and then it's prepackaged meals. So he goes down and he does, I think he's up to now with the volunteers that he has 500 meals for Skid Row
Wow.
in LA.
That's badass.
I think it's 2 days a week he goes down and does it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this fridge is going to be never ending. So the people that own that little convenience store were like, yeah, you can plug in. We'll pay the electric bill. You can plug in. We'll be cool. And it's 24 hours, so you can come in, grab food, and then
They stop one asshole from grabbing them all.
they don't, but they call this guy, and he comes in and restocks it. So
They probably police themselves pretty well.
I would
in
hope
those
so, yeah.
Communities too.
yeah, I you know,
Honor amongst thieves, as they say.
Yeah.
I did that event that I was telling you about, Mike, where they brought in food trucks and they brought in people to cut hair, people to do nails, people to do pedicures. They brought in showers. They brought the Tide buses in so people could do their laundry. And I brought 20 cases of water because we don't think about it. Where do they get water?
Yeah.
Right? You can put up a porta-john, right? That's fine.
But it's not running water.
It's not running water.
Can't
It's- you
drink, can't bathe,
Yeah,
can't-
you can't do any of that. So it's as much as my back seat could hold. And I got it down there, and they told me where to park and the table to put the water on so that they could go and take it in. And I think one case made it to the table. Because when people saw water,
Yeah.
it was just a mad
Free for
dash.
all.
And there is honor amongst thieves because I was like, they're like, can we have two? I'm like, yeah, you can have two. And one lady asked, she's like, can I have a third one? I'm like, there's so many people. She goes, that's fine. Two's good. And I'm like, two's good.
Yeah.
I'm like, God bless, man. Like, I don't know how we. And you know,
Yeah.
here's the thing: mental illness, fine, okay, I get it. That happens. But the fact that we have, like that guy in Sherman Oaks, who's a military guy, the fact that we have those, that, I don't know why that pulls at my heart a little more because mental illness you can't help.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
But to go off and fight for the country and then come back and for whatever circumstance, and maybe it is PTSD, which is something they can't help
There's
either.
a lot fucked up from that way
Right.
too. I've seen
So,
it, yeah.
so, and maybe they turn in, but like this guy, I've never seen him on drugs. I've never seen him drink. Maybe, I don't know if he can afford it or not, but he'll ask for a cigarette every now and then when he sees me.
Yeah.
Because I offered to him once, but
Yeah.
I've never seen, I'm like, how did we let this guy get there?
I rolled up on a guy months ago over the summer, and I left to go to work, and my low air tire sensor thing light was on sound.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Stop. I go to work. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I pull up right here, Maple and Telegraph. It's like
Yeah.
super nice area.
Yeah.
And I just pull up to the gas station that's got the air pump.
Yeah.
And as I come rolling up, there's a bike there, and there's a dude sound asleep, laying at the base of it. And there's like clothes and shit, like a homeless looking dude. You know?
Yeah.
Like, all right, whatever. I didn't say anything, but I pulled up, and I get out and I put my card in. As soon as I put the card in, the compressor kicks on. And this guy jumps up and wakes up, and I'm like, hey, don't worry about it, bud. Sorry, just getting some air. And he looks at me, and my card was still kind of in my hand. And I put it in my thing, and I go over, and I start putting air in my tire, and I'm keeping kind of one eye on him, because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And I see him, and he starts scrambling around. He's going through some stuff, and he looks at me, and he goes, hey, you took my card.
Ah.
I go, no, I didn't. He goes, yeah, that's my fucking card, man. Give me back my fucking card. I'm like, all right, dude, take it. And this is a younger kid. He was like in his 20s, and
Yeah.
pretty clean cut. Like, I'm like, relax, bro.
Yeah.
It's not your card. I promise. I didn't take your fucking card. I go, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have gone through anyway,
Do you
even
think
if
he
I
was
did. but-
mentally?
no, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I woke him up out of
Did
a
you
dead
give him his
sleep.
card back?
So, then he's standing. I'm down on one knee, putting air in my tire, and I'm like, just calm down, relax, dude. I'm like, I didn't take your card.
Yeah.
man, And he gets up and he starts kind of squaring up, like puffing up. And I'm like,
Hell yeah.
I'll fucking end you, dude. Like what? Like, listen, relax. I didn't take your fucking card, my card. And he takes a shit and he goes back through it and he finally rips through his wallet. And there's cash in there. There's a bunch of cards. There's all this kind of stuff. And he pulls and he finds the card that looks like mine, the debit card that I had used. And he goes, oh, no, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I have it. And just went and laid back down. I was like,
Wow.
I'm about to beat the shit out of a fucking homeless guy this morning. So he started coming at me. I'll
I'll tell you one of the most
That's how you end up in
clever
the news.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
tell you one of
right.
the most clever things I've ever seen in my life. I was in Mumbai. I don't know if I told this story on the show before, but I was flying back out, and when you go with Indian currency and you're flying back,
Rupees?
yeah,
Yeah.
say it the right way.
it's rupees. Rupees.
Rupees.
And it's easier for me to. I always ask for my money in American dollars because I don't have to do the transfer, the conversion, because you lose so much money, especially at the airport, like whatever. So
exchange.
I'll get my money from the clubs in American dollars, and then whatever Indian money I have left, I usually give it to the homeless, and I prefer giving it to the street kids because they just the look on their face just makes me smile because they're
And
so
they're
happy.
born street kids.
They're born street kids. They're going
And
to die.
they'll die street kids.
They'll die street adults,
Street adults.
and they're going to have more street kids, and that just never ends.
Yeah, this is another side of the planet where
Yeah.
there's no outreach programs. There's
No.
social services looking out. Like, you're born in the streets,
You're
will
going
die
to die in the streets, and that's how it is. And I was outside. We were at this really nice bar restaurant, and these kids know the people coming out have money, so they just kind of camp like across the street. And when last call hits, so I think it's midnight is when it's last call.
It's got to be a good time to hit people up for cash.
Because they're drunk.
Yeah, drunk as shit.
And so I have been drinking. And my flight's at 4 a.m. and I'm with all my buddies in Mumbai. And we come out and I call it the Raj Sharma tour bus. It's a Sprinter van.
Yeah.
Right. And so that pulls up, and that takes me to the airport with my buddies because we'll rent that for that night. And all these kids line up. First they rushed us, and I go, yeah, line up, single file. Everybody's getting money. Just line up. And they all did. There was about, 15 kids. And I was giving them a 100 rupee note, which is
10 cents.
70 rupees is $1.
Okay.
So you're like $1.10.
Yeah.
$1.20. So everybody's getting 100, right? And this one kid comes up, and he looked like me. I'm like, man, I've been on tour. You could be mine. But he had a yellow hat and a red shirt, and he runs off. Like he gets his money, he runs off, and I see him like I just keeping an eye on him because he just looked like he was up to some shit.
Does he look like you?
Yeah, he does.
Can't trust him.
fucker.
I can't trust me at all. And so I just keep giving 100. And I look over and he takes his hat off and he takes his shirt off and he puts it under a car.
And he gets back in
Gets
line.
back in line.
Smart. I like the way this kid's thinking.
Yeah.
Right? And this is fucking genius. He could have been 6, 7 years old.
Okay.
I guessed 5, but let's just say 6. And he comes back in line and I go, I already gave you money. He goes, no, you didn't. I go, I'm telling you. I saw what you did.
Yeah.
You took your hat and your shirt. He goes, no, I didn't. That was my brother.
Yeah.
I was like, what? He goes, yeah, that was my brother. I haven't gotten any money from you.
Yeah.
And I go, I know you did. That's a fucking great story.
But nice job.
Because he basically goes, prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Show me the video.
Yeah, you can't.
the
I was
video.
like, here you go, kid. So he got 2. And I was
for
like,
effort.
you know what?
What'll
That's
that buy him?
Oh, that would buy his family. I mean, in India, like, not in restaurants, but like I don't know what you would call them here. They're like 2-star restaurants, whatever. Like nothing fancy. Like you go in, and it's your basics.
Coney Island.
He could feed his 200. Like I went to this place the last time I was there. I went to the place right behind my hotel, and I ate dinner, and it was less than $1.
Wow.
So he can just feed his family for a bit.
For a solid 2 days, and then if they take the right thing to go, like lentils and rice, if they take that to go, that'll keep for a while without refrigeration. That'll keep for like a day or so.
You know he went and bought crack with it.
That's if you can get crack in India. That's the thing.
What is the drug of choice over there? What do they get? Anything good?
Heroin.
The rich?
All the fake prescription drugs?
No, there's no because we don't have them there. You can't get that shit. You can't get oxys. You can't.
It's got to be poppy seeds. Heroin.
Heroin is with the rich because that's a very
Yeah.
expensive man's drug. Coke is really big amongst
Isn't that more expensive than
Yeah, I would think Coke was more expensive than
Yeah.
heroin?
Yeah, but I mean, heroin's like Coke is like on the social elite scene. Like that's a
Yeah.
big thing. But like rich households, young kids, they get strung out on it's heroin, but they call it brown sugar. And I'm like brown sugar, like that's my nickname
Come
in
you
college.
taste so good.
That was my nickname. That was my nickname in college.
Speaking of India, congratulations, by the way.
On
Miss India winning the takes the crown at the 70th Miss Universe in Israel last night.
Okay,
right.
I did not know that.
And to
Go
throw
back. Check.
fucking
They still do the bathing suit contest, or did they get rid of that part?
yeah, they do.
We'll go
I
check
think
that out.
They don't do the two. Do they do 2 pieces?
Was there bush sticking out of it?
Oh yeah.
Look at her.
Yeah.
Very nice.
To add insult to injury, she knocked out Team USA.
Yeah.
who was Miss Kentucky. And it's like really.
Oh
Kentucky,
God. At least
Kentucky
give
couldn't
it.
catch a.
She get
fucking
blown
break,
out?
man. Look at her. That's the winner?
Yeah.
Or is that Kentucky? Yeah.
Gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. I'll give you that one. You've won the battle, not the war rush.
Yeah. Who was I talking?
She's a Bollywood actress.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
better
if you.
there.
I mean, we had Aishwarya Rai, who is Miss World. She's also the prettiest woman in the world, according to.
Harnaz Sandhu
Okay, she's
of
pretty-
India.
Is Miss Universe a little fucking weird since it's just from this planet? Was there anybody else, any other planets represented
No.
in universe?
that would be-
Can't it just
no.
be Miss World? Isn't that really all we're talking about here?
Yeah, but if you look like
Bit egotistical. That's all I'm saying.
Priyanka,
Yeah.
Priyanka Chopra, who was on
Deepak's daughter?
she was on what was that? It was a CBS show, Quantico. She was the girl in Quantico.
Okay.
She was Miss. I want to say Miss Universe. I believe she
Yeah.
was as well. And then Aishwarya Rai, who just is. I mean, it's
Straight
just,
bangers,
like,
man.
It's just unbelievable how beautiful she is. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like it's like that's
Well, that girl's gorgeous.
yeah, but I mean, who was I talking to about this when there's like, so like Indian, I didn't say this. Disclaimer: I did not say this.
Okay. But you're about to.
I'm about to. I'm about to repeat. Who was I talking to about this? Where he's like, there's no. Indian women are like driving. There's 10s and 2s. There's nothing in between.
Yeah.
So there's. I
feel that way with Asians.
Too. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing.
There's tens and twos
like,
in Asia.
Yeah, like you don't. Were we talking about this?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like
It
there's-
seems
it's
like
e-
something I would talk
It's
about.
either
yeah.
a 10 or like there's nothing in between.
Technically,
Like,
India's in Asia, right? Isn't it?
We are South Asia. But here's the thing. My buddy Paul tried to join because in college before Indian Student Association started getting really big. Yeah.
Oh, One Piece? Come on.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Right?
Yeah, that's bullshit.
You can see that bush down there.
Yeah.
You're a hairy breed.
Trying too hard to be woke is what's going on here.
But the Asian Student Association wouldn't let him in because he wasn't Asian. He's like, well, I'm from India. And they're like, right.
Yeah.
But that
You don't count.
doesn't count.
And they
You're
basically
not Asian
said,
enough.
They basically said it didn't count because we're called the subcontinent and because it's so big.
Really?
Yeah.
They give us our own. You're South Asian.
Okay.
So it had to be the South Asian Student Association.
Yeah.
And they had to start it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Probably plenty of members, though.
Oh yeah.
What they're trying to do that drives me nuts is they're trying to be woke
Yeah.
in a world where, let's face it, you're being judged on how hot you are, right? Like,
No, it's about your answers.
Well, I
which one of these hot chicks would you want to fuck the most? This year we picked India.
Yeah.
Okay, that's basically what it is. Why else are you parading them around fucking bathing suits? And you know they do their native cultures and this outfit she's wearing, this evening gown is representative.
They're
her
called
culture.
They're called beauty pageants.
Yeah.
So it's beauty
Not an IQ contest.
and it's a pageant.
Yeah,
so
but
we're
what's
gonna parade
beauty?
you around.
Yeah. What's beauty in the eyes of who?
In the eyes of the judges,
apparently.
Yeah.
that
In the
apparently
eyes of
know-
all of us, we all know what fucking beauty looks like.
Yeah.
But they're trying to be super woke. And
Yeah.
so it's like, well, this year we've got a transgender competitor. Pass. Most people go pass. No. But that's in there. It's the most
Do we have-
diverse.
Can you pull up the bikini
She looks
picture
good.
of
I
that?
got to admit.
Was
She
there
looks pretty good.
Good
I
talk, or
think-
can you see some helmet?
No, I think she might be full.
Okay.
Yeah, done with the
Removed.
stuff.
Yeah.
Post-op?
Post-op.
Just check.
Cataluna Enriquez, first openly trans competitor. Amanda Torchia, the first Afghan woman to win Miss Connecticut USA. And Miss Maine, Veronica Iris Bates, Air Force veteran who struggled with PTSD. The wide variety of contestants are part of the pageant's new push for diversity after Miss USA changed their slogan to Pageantry Reimagined. So where are the fat chicks?
Like Oscar II White?
Yeah, we're the body positive. That's called
What?
body. It's body positive now.
I call them fat chicks. I'm one of them. I can do that.
You're a fat chick.
Well, fat. So I can, it's my people you're talking about, so be careful what you say. I appreciate you using body positive.
Yeah.
But fat fucks, I'll call them.
Okay.
Where are the fat fucks? Bring them in there, body positive, whatever you want to call them.
It's
Let's
coming.
truly do this. If you want to have an internationally viewed, this was viewed by 600 million people.
Yeah.
That's Super Bowl numbers.
Yeah.
Okay? You want to do that and you want to be woke as fuck, then have a gigundous fat chick up there and tell her how hot she is and how beautiful she is.
I agree.
And we'll see how long your little contest lasts.
Yeah.
It's this
Talk to
weird
Victoria's Secret.
thing. I think about this a lot when it's like,
Fat chicks?
no. When we're talking about changing ideals about beauty
Is
or
that him?
That's him.
It's a good-looking dude.
Yeah. When you're talking about stuff that the woke generation gets all bent out of shape about some tweet you put out 10 years ago, or what was going on in the world 20 years ago that we need to make restitution payments for. And we're all like, dude, you got to understand, the world was a different place. This is one of those things that I think in 30 years, people are absolutely going to come back on this generation and be like, you actually had cheerleaders on the sideline? Wait, chicks just paraded around in bikinis and danced for the crowd?
Yeah.
And that was something? Wait, you had fucking international beauty pageants?
As long as you have.
There's no male version? You don't have a beauty pageant for men, and if you did,
Mr. Universe, but that's a
600
bodybuilding contest.
600 people would watch, not 600 million.
Yeah. The equivalent's Mr. Universe. There's a Mr. Universe contest.
Yeah, but that's about bodybuilding.
I
That has
understand.
nothing to do
as
with.
this is what I have faith in because I've told you guys before I'm the most liberal guy you'll meet, but I am not woke, and woke liberals are the problem.
Yeah.
That's the issue. But as long as there is, and I swear by this, as long as there is hometown America, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be
Let's
okay.
hope.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay because they
think so?
They like their football. The cheerleaders like to cheer. It's not like they feel like they're being
Careful,
ogled.
they're pretty conservative.
I'm aware. I went to school with them. I got beat up by them, so I know their conservative values. I know their Christian values when they're beating the shit out of me. But like the cheerleaders like to cheer because that to them is a sport.
It is, and I
it
agree
is.
with that.
It's a very difficult thing to do, and they don't.
There are
feel,
more concussions in cheerleading than there are in football.
in
How
any
about that
sport.
for a fucking stat?
in
or a
any
fact?
sport. In any sport.
Yeah.
There's more concussions in cheerleading, but
I should do better at catching them. I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
Stop building pyramids.
Gymnastics is horrific for that stuff.
But like the cheerleaders in like the girls that like I went to high school with, who ended up coaching their daughters if they had them or whatever. Sons were in Pee Wee, daughters were in cheer, because it's athleticism, it's athletics, and they don't feel like they're being ogled. They don't feel like they're
Oogled?
ogled, ogled. I don't know.
Oogled.
Ogled.
Oogled?
I don't know how it is.
Ogled. I think it's ogled.
Ogled?
Ogled.
Ogled?
Oogled.
Oogled. It's oogled.
Oogled?
They don't feel like they're being gawked at.
Okay.
Let's go with,
Nice.
There you go.
let's go with synonyms for 200. They don't feel like they're like.
Where are you getting that?
Because when I remember growing up and seeing that, and I still see it now when I go back to the Southwest or the South.
Are you talking about like high school cheerleading
like
competitions?
just like no,
Because
no, no,
I'm
no, no,
I'm
no.
making a stark difference in the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like those chicks, guys are just like, which one? And
Yeah,
you'd
yeah.
have full. I guarantee every single week at AT&T Stadium, there are 10,000 conversations about which one of them girls would you fuck first if you could.
Yeah, and
like
and-
that's what guys are discussing. They
Yeah,
just
no.
are.
What I'm talking about is that the mentality of it all. Like the football is never gonna like football. They're like it's so dangerous for kids. Concussions before even entering into college or high school. That's never going away, because that hometown mentality of like these are our boys, we're going to support them. These are our girls, we're going to support them. As long as we have that, I think the woke shit's cyclical. It'll go away. I hope.
Yeah.
I don't
It'll
know,
go.
man.
We all hope.
I don't know
Eventually.
until people stand up to it for real. Maybe I've heard a lot of people say that lately. I don't see it yet.
They will.
Yeah.
Playing out. I
said-
see
when they start to eat
many
themselves, like you
many
say.
corporations still taking a knee to the woke mob
Because who are we
they
talking
never
to?
should have done that.
Who are we talking to? That it's 85% of people believe that it's 15% that are the loudest.
Yeah.
It's the 15.
it was
the
Brad
fif-
was-
yeah,
we
it's
were
Brad
having
who's
this
saying that. Yeah,
conversation.
it's the 15% that are the loudest. It's the 85 that go, like me, like 85% go, well, it'll go away. Well, not unless you do something about it.
Yeah.
To make
But
it go away.
It has to be the
if-
85 that reacts.
That's exactly what it is.
If the 85 just stays the course,
Yeah.
and it's the 15 that make all the noise,
Yeah.
and you have to do, rearrange
When-
the ships to accommodate those 15.
Yeah.
If you don't lose the 85, then none of it matters. They're just fighting to keep those 15.
Yeah.
So when the 85 starts fucking shutting it down and starting letting their voice be heard, whether it be by boycotting or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
always
getting
comes down to
people
money.
fired.
Essentially, that's what it boils down to.
I don't like the catering that companies are doing to these woke mobs, or trying to outdo each other with wokeness almost. That's where the danger is. I think when you're talking about your average American, when you're if the split is 85-15, I would argue it might even be 90-10. But say it's 85-15. Like those Americans are able to go, "Oh, go fuck yourself," and walk away.
Yeah.
But Nike isn't. Adidas isn't. Coca-Cola isn't. Delta isn't.
That's what I'm saying, because
And
they-
that's the
they're not
problem.
losing the 85.
These big companies that
They're
are
worried
pulling
about
this
losing the
shit-
15.
Yeah,
They're-
but why? I've been screaming it for 7 years.
Because it's still
Fuck
15%
'em.
revenue.
Because it's still 15%. If they're not going to lose the 85, and
Yeah.
85 is not going to do anything.
right. So when the 85
No, I
does
know.
start doing
This is the-
something,
this is
and
the-
then you start worrying about, okay, well, we fuck the 15 if we're going to lose the 85. That's when it shifts.
Yeah,
That's
and
when the
here's,
balance
and here's
shifts.
the thing. I'm on board with the majority of the liberal agenda or issues or whatever. Like, I want civil rights for everybody. I want gay people, trans.
So do
to
we.
have
So does everyone in this room.
yeah, so does everybody in the room. I like it, but it's when like how bored are you when you're looking at cartoons going absolutely not?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, who
He did
fucking-
not get permission from Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
I'm like, who?
no, Pep.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
why do
really?
you-
Cinderella.
Yeah, Cinderella, Snow White,
Cinderella.
like,
Or
all
Snow
that,
White,
I'm
I
like-
mean, right, sorry.
They would rather Snow White die than
not-
be kissed
yeah.
by
I'm
the
like-
prince and come back to life.
And if you read those original stories that Disney did a masterful job of spinning into making it family friendly, they're horrific.
Yeah.
These little fairy tales that we call
Hansel
them.
and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel's brutal.
Fucking straight up
Yeah.
killer shit.
Yeah, that's horrific
I mean,
shit.
cooking kids in the oven. I mean, like,
Yeah.
That's
Misery.
what it was. I mean,
Little
a
Red
fairy
Riding
tale.
Hood isn't much better. You know, with a wolf.
I mean, you
fucking
turn
eating
Sweeney
kids.
Todd into a musical, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah," like he's cooking people and making them into bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that mostly in Germany where a lot of those
A,
began?
a lot of them happened in Germany. A lot of them happened in
Poland and Germany, I think.
Poland, Germany, the UK, like all of that. Like,
And they
but
go
like-
back
but
a
like-
long
The
time.
originals.
But like,
Yeah.
what do you like? I just when I see that, I go, we got bigger fucking problems.
Yeah.
Right?
The Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss, Speedy Gonzales. Like, okay, we have bigger fucking fish. We have actual people,
Yeah.
not things that can be erased or changed if we just do the artwork different. We have actual people on the streets starving. We have children.
Yeah.
We're 13th in literacy in the world.
There's your
we're
problem.
We're 24th behind in math and science behind Angola. Like that's a bigger issue to me. That's a more woke issue to me
Yeah, amen.
than you saying that the fucking fake cartoon skunk is a rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a shit. Like okay, well then change the channel.
More worried
Or
about
stop.
changing the past than the future.
Yeah, that's exactly right. When you have these kids say, "I'm going to be an influencer," okay, well, what's the plan?
Yeah.
We're not going to college. We're not doing this. We're just going to be on social media. Like,
Yeah.
look at fucking what's the fucking Beavis from the Trump administration? What's her name?
Beavis from the Trump administration.
She was the
Kayleigh McEnany?
no, the other one, the other blonde that looked like Beavis. Conway.
Matt Gates?
Kellyanne
Oh,
Conway.
Kellyanne Conway. Yeah, yeah,
Look
yeah.
at her daughters. Fucking TikTok.
Yeah.
That is.
Look at her
like,
husband. That's a fucked up family dynamic.
But
going
I'm
on
just
there.
like,
whatever,
what is
whatever's going on there. is
What are you
weird.
doing? Like, I'm just using my platform for fuck off.
Yeah.
Like that's the shit that makes me angry. Is when
Yeah.
like the first thing I
Dude,
said.
it's made me think about what my spot in the world is because how am I much different
right.
doing a talk show? Like,
Right.
what are you adding to science? Are you in the field of STEM in any way that's giving back to society and helping things?
No,
Or are
but-
you just blowing gas on a fucking microphone? And
You
what's
know-
the point?
You know, we're bringing up issues that I think people want to hear because they share the same opinion, or we can change their opinion.
Sure.
I don't know. I think it's also entertainment, and that's. I mean, we're getting
valuable.
we're getting to the wokeness of canceling fucking entertainment.
Yeah.
Like I have people like complaining about like I can't believe you did that joke. Yeah. Did you see what your last word was in that sentence? Joke.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you said, I can't believe you did that very true thing statement,
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, we got a fucking issue.
And singular joke.
Yeah.
Rest of your set, fucking amazing.
it was
Loved
great. Just that
Hysterical.
one-
I love the way you
love
picked
it.
on everybody else, but when you made that joke about me, oh boy, that was too far.
And it's a joke. And I'm like,
And it's over. You're canceled. Sorry.
Like, that's why I love Brad, like working with Brad, because, you know, he brought it up last night when he's like, we're not trying to offend anybody. Entertainers in general, as we all are not trying to offend anybody. And if
Yeah.
you do get offended, as he said, that happens.
Yeah.
Right? That's an involuntary reaction to something you hear or something you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's how, and I love this. I love what he said about this. It's how you react.
Yep.
Right? You can let it consume you,
Yeah,
or you,
you
can
can be an
walk the
adult.
fuck by.
You can be an adult or you can be a fucking toddler about it.
Yeah, you
I
can-
love being in a comedy room
Yeah.
when something is said on stage that isn't supposed to be said in polite company.
Right.
And the room goes, oh,
You hear that
pulls
collective
back.
groan.
That's my favorite part of the show now.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like, oh, it's like, okay, that motherfucker's touching on something
Right.
that made these people. It's like, yeah,
I mean, go
that's
back-
what
How many of
Carlin
the-
did. That's what Pryor did.
How many of those are feelers? I mean, from being in comedy, when you try and throw somebody out just to kind of feel the crowd to see where you're at, do you,
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
have like
Line.
tester like line
Yeah, yeah,
jokes,
yeah,
like to see
yeah.
where you're at,
Yeah.
see how they react, to see where you can go?
Yeah,
and-
my joke about Tampa
Yeah.
and being at the gate.
Uh-huh.
Like when I get to the punch of that joke, when I was going to film a pilot for CBS in LA, and the lady asked me why I couldn't stay in Tampa to see their beautiful city. I said I'm going to go shoot a pilot, and some places will go oh, and then some people go ah.
I see what you did there.
Take it, yeah.
And so that's why I'm like, that's why I asked the audience, like, what's the first episode of a television show called?
Yeah.
Pilot. I go, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
when I tell you the story because that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
It's people like, because you're Indian and you're shooting a pilot. I'm like, no, I'm just a person.
Yeah.
You brought up Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me.
The
Yeah.
farther away from you get from the coast, you have to explain it a little bit more.
No, it's so funny
No, the
because
Midwest would fucking laugh at that.
oh, that's
like
the
they did
thing. That's
other
the
night.
thing. The Midwest fucking laughs.
They laugh at everything.
The Midwest laughs. I mean,
It's been about having to explain what a pilot was.
yeah, Midwest laughs. Like Austin will applaud effort. Right?
Yeah.
Like New York just is like ball busty and like you better be fucking good or we're
right out the
leaving.
gate. Yeah.
And LA gets butthurt. I did this joke when I was talking about, and I love the joke. I think it's brilliant. Where I'm like, the airports still have that colored coded chart of what the threat level is at. Still till this day, even though they don't bring it up, they don't announce it, they don't
Yeah.
say anything about it. But
Was
the other,
yellow, orange, red?
yeah,
or green, yellow.
green, yellow, orange, red.
Yeah.
And I was at LAX one day, and it goes, the threat level today is orange. Orange. And then the rest of the announcements went. And I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
So like I didn't understand it. So I wrote this joke on the plane where I go, I don't understand what to do on an orange day.
Yeah.
I don't know what the protocol is. But I figured out if they did things my way, everybody would understand what to do. Men, women, everybody. If they did the threat level by bra size. So you get to the airport one day, A cup day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breeze.
Don't worry about it.
No problem.
Nothing happening today.
Get to double D.
Double
C,
Z.
I go C cup day, I'm nervous. Double D cup, not at all. And I know what you're thinking, Ron, just a double D cup day, why aren't you nervous? I go, those threats are probably fake.
Great joke.
Right? And I had, I mean, this lady came up to me in LA. I had breast cancer, and I'm like, whoa, I'm talking about the threat level.
Yeah.
She's like, and I had
Yeah.
a double mastectomy, and they had to put breast implants in.
See,
And
that's
I'm like,
ego. That's runaway
make it
fucking
about me.
ego.
And
I was
About
like,
fucking
me.
stuff.
and-
As if you knew her or could possibly know her.
And I'm just like,
how
I'm-
does that human being walk up to a comedian? You put yourself in a comedy club. Raj didn't drag you there, and then something came up that hit a little close to home.
or just kind of randomly in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not even hit close
Not
to
even,
home.
yeah.
It's kind of in the
Yeah.
in,
Your
the,
zip
in, the,
code.
in the park near the neighborhood.
So the fact that you mentioned
I'm just like,
fake titties
Yeah.
basically was the joke. Fake titties.
yeah, that was
Right?
it.
That's the joke.
Triggered.
And she had to get a fake titty because she had a.
She had a double mastectomy.
Double
And I
mastectomy.
told her, I was like, I've had.
Sorry
cancer.
for you. That's
No,
awful.
no,
but-
I said exactly that. I said, I'm really sorry that happened. I'm glad you're well. I lost my mother to cancer. And she loved that joke.
Yeah.
She thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ended that conversation because I lost my mom to cancer, and she loved that joke. My mom, like the dirtier
You're
the
still
joke,
here, so we don't
the
care what
dirtier
you
the
think.
joke is better.
Yeah.
like that's how she was.
Nice.
Like,
No,
so
I
if
have
you
a
could tell her
problem-
a dirty joke, she would fucking lose her shit.
And you're glad that was resolved with that particular woman in that particular
But
moment.
I've seen people
My
go,
problem
oh,
is
women go, oh,
there was a
boo."
time
I'm
though.
like,
There was a time though when that audience member would never dare go up to comic
Yeah.
with that lame of a criticism to take your time away from everybody else that's buying DVDs and wants a picture
Yeah.
or to sign something. We have to settle this right now. Fucking send a letter, lady.
Have you
Sorry
seen that
you were
evolve
offended.
over time, get worse of the people that have to express themselves to you after
Oh,
complain
not-
about something?
not just,
I mean, has it always been that way? I mean,
No,
or is
no,
it-
no, no.
It's
no,
getting
no,
worse
no,
and
no,
worse. I have
no,
to
no,
imagine.
no. When I started 21, almost 21 years
Yeah.
ago. No, that was a different world, man.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
Social media didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It
they,
wasn't how
they
many.
individually didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
They were just part of the crowd. Not a
Yeah,
fucking
you
person.
didn't have to worry about what your social media numbers were, and the whole goal was, how funny can I get?
Yeah.
How funny can I be?
Yeah.
And how many people will come up to me after the show and tell me how funny I was?
Yeah.
That was the goal.
That's
Now it's
always,
like
that should always be the goal.
that should always be the goal. Now it's like I had a meeting with a very, very high power manager in LA, and he saw me at the club. He approached me upstairs at the Laugh Factory and was like, I want to talk to you about representation. And I said, okay. Invited me to the restaurant that he goes to in Beverly Hills. And he goes, we got to get your social media numbers up. I said, okay, I don't know how to do that. Like, all I can do is keep promoting, keep doing what I do, keep doing
Yeah.
shows. And hopefully, and I'll tell people on stage, follow me on blah, 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 blah. He goes, yeah, so once you get those numbers up, we'll talk about representation. And I said, what happened about being funny? He goes, those days are gone.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I was like, okay,
This is a problem.
it's gonna
Just a game.
it's gonna
problem.
come it's gonna come back. It's cyclical.
Hopefully.
It's going to come back because
Let's hope.
people are going to get tired of going to shows of people that they see on social media that have millions and millions of followers. I've seen it with my own eyes when these guys go up there that have. It's easy. Hey, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's easy to do a 2-minute TikTok
Yeah.
and get 25 million views.
Yeah.
Go on stage and do 45 to an hour, sometimes an hour 20 if you have to stretch for the wait staff.
Yeah.
Go do that, TikTok guy, and tell me how that feels.
Yeah.
And I've watched people walk the fuck out on them, but they got their money, they got their checks, and that club is going to suffer because they'll never come back to that club because that's what they saw and they didn't get their money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And it's going to be enough where they're like, okay, fuck it, we want comedy again.
Or comedians are going to start opening more clubs. You know,
I'm sure.
Rogan's doing that in
Austin, yeah.
in Austin, and it won't take many of those where you've got legit comics that only give a fuck about the comedians.
Yeah.
You know, those clubs that treat comics like shit or don't want to pay them or
Oh, yeah, there's a
you
lot
know,
of those.
there- a lot of those won't survive.
Yeah.
Those that want to do the TikTok influencers and bring
Yeah.
that in and
Yeah.
you know that,
I was told by a club not too long ago that it's quote. This was from one of the managers. Quote: "It's no longer about the show or the box office. It's asses and seats."
yeah.
Which means they're concerned with food and beverage. They're not
Yeah.
worried about what the comic takes home. They're not. So now it's no longer how does he feed his family, or how does he feed himself, or how does he pay his rent, or how does she do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about them making the revenue from selling food and fucking the drink of the day.
Took
Yeah.
it from the integrity of the
it took-
show
it
itself
took it from
into
that.
just being a
It
bullshit
took it.
business.
That's exactly right. It
Yeah.
took it from
Bottom line.
Hey, you're the talent. That's what it's in our contract. That's what you call us in our contract.
Yeah.
It's the talent, and then you treat us like shit when we get there. You know, the exception like the Ridley's this weekend.
Yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
cater to the comic.
Yeah, Ridley's an old soul.
Yep.
Yeah.
True comedian lover.
You know,
like,
Jamie Masada at the
respects
Laugh
art.
Factory, same thing. He
Yeah,
caters
yeah.
to the comics.
Yeah.
What do you need? What do you need? Like, what do you need?
And
Too many
it's
of these
funny to
opened
me-
up just as a business plan.
Yeah.
And don't give a shit about the comedy side of it.
Yeah.
Well, the comics know. The comics all know.
Right.
And they all talk.
Right.
So they know.
Right.
Speaking of comedy, one of the things that I don't know why it's an unhealthy love I have for Let's Go Brandon.
Okay.
I think it's so funny that it pisses so many people off. And it's
I just think it doesn't piss me off. I just think it's dumb.
what? How do you think Let's Go Brandon is done? The way it started with fuck Joe Biden and then interpreted as Let's Go Brandon and that takes on a life.
No,
of
it
its
wasn't.
own.
That's the thing. That's why I think it's so dumb. Is it wasn't interpreted as "Let's Go Brandon."
It was the
It's-
cover.
It was the cover.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
network going, no, that's not what they were saying.
It was the girl on the scene.
At
Yeah.
the race,
Talladega.
NASCAR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Talladega. So it wasn't. It was the outlet that
No,
went.
No,
This
but that's
is-
what I'm
this
saying.
is-
They gave it to you. Like, okay, fine. We won't say fuck Joe Biden. We'll
Yeah.
say let's go Brandon.
Yeah,
But
I
just
just-
saying it. That's the funny part of it.
But it pisses so many people off.
Yeah.
Like Titleist. This happened with Peloton. Like, and I see it, my little dumb golf game. I play my little golf game and there's teams and there's individuals. So you're playing someone,
Yeah.
playing Raj Sharma. Raj Sharma is part of the, whatever team. Bowls and holes team. So fucking many of them reference Brandon. Let's go Brandon. Like so many of them.
These are the same people that when people were saying stuff about Trump, they're like, "How can you disrespect
Yeah.
the commander in chief?"
Yeah, and that never
That's the
changed.
same people.
So these people are saying, "Go fuck yourself." Since
Same-
you never
same
changed.
people.
Ironically, the same people that were saying fuck Trump are saying, don't say that about Trump.
No, I think it's I've never said it. I know there's a huge contingency of people that think like me that don't give a shit. I'm just like, I think it's
People give a lot of shits.
maybe I think it's-
Peloton erased it from their cycle. So your team thing, tons of people were writing "Let's Go Brandon" in their Peloton. So when you're in the class or globally, whatever you're doing, people could see that and they were like, "This is a problem." So "Let's Go Brandon" is blocked.
Yeah.
Titleist just blocked golfers from writing "Let's Go Brandon," having it personally on the Titleist golf ball, like you can have a logo or whatever. So many people were doing "Let's Go Brandon" on theirs. So they've blocked customers from putting the anti-President Biden statement on the golf balls. They found all sorts of derogatory messages. So Daily Wire and Fox News followed up and tried to go on and print balls and see if they could get
Oh
away
yeah,
with it.
because you
or
can
if this
order
was-
them personalized with whatever
Yeah,
whatever
my
message
brother
you
has
want on there.
personalized logo
Yeah.
on his balls, So they found all kinds of these personalized golf balls with messages that you could use. But let's go, Brandon. Those 3 words out. This is
Yeah.
too big of a problem. But stuff like F Trump was okay. ACAB, ACAB. Is that all cops are bad?
I have no idea.
Is that's the only thing I can think of is an acronym ACAB, all caps, all cops are bad is what I'm
Arab cocks are
thinking.
big.
They are.
All cops are bastards.
Is that what it is? All cops are bastards?
Oh, there you go.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God! How great is it having a real producer,
real guy
somebody
on the
over here
fucking-
that can
on
actually
the-
do
Everyone
shit
does.
on the fly? Fucking A. That's the first.
I have a friend in Dallas who's an undercover narcotics officer, and his mom and dad are lovely.
Yeah.
He's not a
He's not a bastard.
He's not a bastard.
Also, Antifa. You can print on a Titleist golf ball.
Okay.
Kill cops.
Oh wow!
You can put kill cops on a golf ball. But Let's Go Brandon has to go. This is just too much.
Yeah.
Also, impeach Trump and kill Trump. You can put kill Trump on a fucking Titleist golf ball, but Let's Go Brandon. Whoa.
That's dumb.
Yeah. Isn't that
Dumb
dumb?
to me. And as a liberal, first of all, as a liberal, it's just a stupid
It's a
slogan.
silly-
So I don't care. Like,
It's silly to you. It's
No.
fucking hilarious to me.
I just
it's
think-
hilarious.
It's the hypocrisy of it.
It's
That's
yeah.
it
the
is. It
issue.
is the hypocrisy.
Did you see the guy that won the boat show down in Florida? They all these boats go by with grandiose lights, and people would line the docks and
Yeah.
vote on the. They had a panel of judges that would vote on who had the coolest fucking lights, Christmas lights, whatever. And this guy decked his out in Let's Go Brandon, and what was the FJB? So
Yeah.
fuck Joe Biden. He had like a part of his lights. He had like a ladder with what looked to be Joe Biden falling off it. And he was saying, no, it wasn't fuck Joe Biden. It was fall Joe Biden. As if anyone, we get what you're doing.
Right,
We know
right.
what you're doing.
So if you can have fuck Trump on a basketball, you should be in the same logic be able to have fuck Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even
And
let's
so,
go, Brandon.
So
Which
this
doesn't
guy
even say fuck.
wins.
Yeah, or it doesn't matter.
Let me finish the story though.
Yeah.
This guy wins the boat contest.
Right.
They give him the prize, the trophy. He goes on his way, and the next day they're like, "Yeah, we need to take the trophy back. You didn't win because it's political in nature or something, and we're offended by that."
You broke the
like-
rules.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
No, here's the thing. We don't even fucking know that story unless they take the trophy back.
Yeah.
That's just a local Tampa fucking story or whatever.
Yeah, but-
Fort
but-
Lauderdale story.
But for you to offend somebody in Florida, that's fucking
Well,
impressive.
he won the contest with "Let's Go Brandon" lights all over his boat, and then they took it away from him. That's going to offend some people.
Okay.
It's going to piss them off.
Okay. I mean, you can do that's the thing. That's where people get. That's where we in this country get this wrong. Is they're like, it's my First Amendment right. I can say what the fuck I want. You sure as shit can. The First Amendment just means you don't go to jail for saying it. That's what that means.
Yeah.
You can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a shit. That's why I was talking to you guys the other night when we were having drinks. I was like, we were talking to you. I was like, why does anybody give a shit about my opinion? I don't understand that. Well, you're outraged because something I thought?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I thought something in this dumb brain that tells dick jokes.
Yeah.
And you're pissed? Fuck off. But here's the thing. If the consequence is you get fired from your job or you lose a trophy, that fucking turnabout's fair play. You can have that on your boat. No one's saying you can't. What the First Amendment's saying,
that
hold on.
takes the spirit of the First Amendment and throws
No,
it right
no,
out
it
the
doesn't.
fucking
It is
Yes,
the
it does.
it is the exact no. It
absolutely
absolutely does not. It is the it shows the absolute power of that amendment that you did not get arrested. Do that shit. Go to fucking Iran and say fuck whoever the Ayatollah is.
Yeah.
See how fast your head gets cut off.
But if your
I can
entire
go,
existence is thrown away, you lose your job, you lose your community.
that's
standing.
your fault. That's
That's
the consequence.
That takes what the First Amendment is
No, it's
meant
not.
to
Wait,
protect.
who gets to say that consequence is the issue. Here's the thing. Like, there was no repercussions for all the fuck Trump stuff.
Sure
And
there
now-
were.
No, there
Wow.
weren't.
Oh yeah.
Where?
What?
Oh yeah. There
Who
were
got
people that,
fired for saying fuck Trump?
They were
Are
praised.
you kidding me? Bobby fucking shitbag actor Robert De Niro said fuck Trump twice on stage at the Grammys.
You can still put
Oscars,
kill
whatever the fuck
Trump
is it?
on a
but you
fucking
You can still
golf
put
ball.
kill
That's-
Trump on a golf ball.
Yeah,
Let's
but you
go,
should
Brandon.
you should be able to
can't.
say kill Biden. That's the
You
same
can't.
thing.
That's the
Okay.
point. You can't without serious
That's what I'm saying. The
consequences.
repercussions, fine, but who gets to decide those repercussions is where the issues are.
Sure.
So-
but this is what I'm saying.
You can
This
say
is-
something, you get repercussions. I mean, issues come up for it, sure, but they
but
should
it-
be even.
But here's
they should
the
be
thing:
equal.
if Robert De Niro goes on and says "fuck Trump," it is the producing department, the producers, the executive producers, the casting, that have the right to pick and choose if he gets the job or not. So they went, okay, we agree with you, or we don't, but you're a fucking great actor. So that's not saying there's no consequence. And you don't, and we don't know. Here's
So
the
as
thing.
long
Hold on,
as-
let me finish what I'm saying. We don't know how many producers went, well, we're not using De Niro. We don't know that.
Oh, I would guess none said that.
But that's like guessing how many fucking marbles are in a jar in my head. Like,
So?
that's the same fucking
So
thing.
what?
So we don't know how many
But
producers. how
neither
many,
do you.
No, but I'm not saying that.
What I'm
saying
arguing,
is-
what I would
I'm saying
argue,
is
Raj, is
people
the
decided
producer in the room that said, "I think this is bad. We're turning off half the country. I don't want De Niro ever doing this again." My guess is that guy loses his fucking job that day and never works in Hollywood again.
I
So
don't
that
know.
consequence is good because right now this is playing to the left. The left is taking advantage of this First Amendment. Like
Okay.
everyone likes to use that retarded argument that the First Amendment just means you won't go to jail. I
That
don't
is
care.
absolutely what it's about.
No, I know what it's about. Of course, I know what the First Amendment says. That's insane. If you lose your livelihood over a stupid comment or a stupid joke, that's wrong.
No.
I don't want it to happen to anyone on the left who's screaming for Antifa and fuck Donald Trump. I don't want them to lose their
I don't want
livelihood.
anybody screaming
And
for
I-
Antifa because they're not real. Like, okay, just to let you know,
Okay.
they're just not a real thing.
Whatever.
But it's okay.
But I don't
here's the
want
thing.
you
If
to
I-
lose your job for that First Amendment. I don't care how offended I am by it. I don't care how much it goes against what I believe politically. I don't care. I don't want them doxxed. I don't want people
No,
leaving their fucking
I will-
companies.
I will
don't
tell you
want
that.
shutting businesses down. I don't want titleists to make decisions like "Let's go, Brandon" can't be on a golf ball. That's absurd.
So you're telling me, as the owner of Titleist, like the hypothetical, I'm the owner of Titleist,
Yeah.
and you're telling me I can't decide to do with my company what I,
I think
want
if
to
you
do?
go, we took Antifa off, political. We took fuck Trump off, kill Trump off, and we're also taking "Let's go, Brandon" because it's code word for a political statement.
Okay.
If you took those off, all of them,
So
I
you-
would have
so you want-
no
so-
problem with
okay,
that.
okay. I
If
just
that
missed-
went against your terms and conditions,
I missed the argument. You want what's fair for you.
I want what's fair across the board.
I just said that.
Hypocrisy's a problem.
I just
Nobody
said
likes
that.
hypocrisy, Raj.
I know.
That's the problem.
I just said that.
Look
I
at
just
what-
said I just said if you can put fuck Trump, you should be able to put fuck Biden, and I
Yeah.
voted for fucking Brandon. So you can put anything you want to on there. The consequence of what happens to it, that's on you. You can't just go, well, that's not fair. No, fuck it. If you don't get a
It
job,
is if you don't have any consequences for one side of the spectrum.
But we don't know
and
that.
I'm telling you, Raj, that is going to come and fucking burn people's ass because your party does not stay in power forever. They
No.
just don't. And when that turnaround comes and they start coming after all the people on the left the same way they are the people on the right now,
Okay.
you ain't going to like it.
Okay.
And I'm saying stop it fucking now. Stop it. Understand the true nature of the First Amendment.
the true nature of the First
speech.
Amendment is you can say what
And
you
don't-
want, you can print what
do
you
you
want,
not
and you
believe-
can advertise what you want, and you will not go to jail. That's
I-
it. The consequences of what you say are you're a fucking adult. That's it. So if you get fired, fucking sorry.
So you think that? So then you do like the woke mob, being able
No,
to
I
cancel
don't.
everybody,
No,
attack
I
everybody.
think that's the consequences are natural.
yeah,
Right? So if I stub my toe, like if I'm walking and I see that wall and I go, I'm going to kick it as hard as I fucking can I do it? Yeah. Does it hurt? That's
Yeah.
the consequence.
Yeah, if I shoot
Okay.
myself in the foot, it's gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah,
That's
so
the consequence for
so-
shooting myself in the
so
foot.
if
I walk into a nightclub and go, "Hey man, I gotta say, I kind of like what this President Trump has been doing," and now I'm canceled from working in my industry anymore.
I didn't
because
say
I
that-
supported the president. That's okay.
No,
because
but if
there
you-
are
hold on.
consequences for my speech.
Hold on, stop.
That's
you're,
absurd.
You're overreaching and you're missing the goal on that. If you work for a company that you know has the belief of this, and you go, fuck it, I believe that, and they go, hey, that's not That's not what we're founded on. That's not what we believe. So we're going to have to let you go because you believe that wholeheartedly and you've expressed it. You've said it. We've seen it on social media. We've seen it. You say it at work, company parties. We're going to have to let you go. Yeah, but if it's Fortune 500 companies, they didn't give a shit. They're pro-Trump. So, okay, like there were no consequences. Like if you
Like
had a
who?
consequence, like
Who?
Well, all most
LL Bean?
I don't even know what the fucking LL Bean is.
It's a clothing, footwear. Made in Maine.
Footwear?
Yeah, LL Bean, boots.
It's like a clothing.
It's
Oh, like
boots.
the outdoor shit?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
Our new
okay.
sponsor. Jesus.
Brought to you by My Pillow and LL Bean.
No, LL Bean is a big
One's worth
company out
buying.
in the Northeast, right? Aren't they out in Maine or Massachusetts? Some shit,
No, but I'm
Boston?
saying, like, let's say that
I've never owned LL
We
Bean, for
we
the
know what
record.
my stance is, and let's say I get hired by a company whose owners and board of directors and all of that have this side view. Like, we are pro this, this, and this, and I'm anti this, and I'm vocal about it. Right? I'm out there talking about it. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm protesting. I'm doing all of that shit. And I know that this company that I work for doesn't feel that way.
We're not talking about raping babies. We're talking
No,
about
no,
who
no.
you voted for, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
You know, let's be real clear that this has
yeah,
always
that-
been a two-party system, and it's
right.
been
Well, that's
split
what
right
I'm
down
saying.
the
Like, if
middle
they go,
of
hey,
left and
we're
right."
going to have to let you go, we're not going to arrest you for saying what you said.
No.
But this isn't our value for our company.
When in history have you ever been a consequence for your political belief in this country?
Well, that's why nobody talks about it, but now everybody's getting vocal about it. So then
okay.
that's the consequence. It used to be back in the day when I remember
If
asking.
the pilots canceled you for your shoot a pilot joke,
Right.
that would be your consequences. But that's
Yes.
fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yes.
That's insane.
It's a
Raj.
joke. And if they go, hey, we think that if it was me about gunning down a pilot, sure.
No, they just interpret it wrong.
Okay,
Who cares?
but they can,
Consequence.
That would be right. That would be the consequence of me telling that really fucking awesome joke.
It's an awesome joke. I agree.
Yeah, but I can't control what that joke does to somebody.
But you believe that's right. That's okay.
I believe that's okay for them to do.
So comics should be willfully canceled all the time for
They-
shitty
they-
things
but
they
that's
say.
what's happening now.
That's
I know.
insane.
Isn't that scary?
That's scary as
That's
fuck.
what we're trying to stop.
Oh no, I'm with you, but I'm just saying if you, hold
can
on. Back in the day when you used to ask somebody, who'd you vote for? That's my personal business.
Yeah.
Did you see any besides like signs? I don't remember signs in yards. I remember they used to be like
Yeah,
in a field.
I do.
I remember there used to be a field by my house, and there would be like 10,000 signs.
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
came election day. Like
That's
they-
kind of a Southwest thing.
Yeah, I don't know about up here, but when you're driving around with Trump flags, you're telling me this is who your guy is. And if he's in your wheelhouse, I've said it 1,000 times, I'll say it again. If whoever is in your wheelhouse is who you need to vote for.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is. Whoever you think is the right fit for you, vote for them.
Sure.
No harm, no fucking
Well, the
foul.
problem is that there is a fucking foul.
No.
There has been all kinds of foul because of who you voted for in this
But-
country.
but
If they
that's
don't
the-
agree with who you voted for, and here, let me go even a step further. Trump didn't have to necessarily be your fucking guy. You could just be a Republican.
Yeah.
And that was your guy by default. I didn't necessarily pick him to be my guy. That was just my guy. Just like Sleepy fucking Joe shouldn't have been any of your people's guy,
Yeah.
but that's who you got stuck with, and that's who you had to vote for.
Bowl of soup.
I would have voted for he's right.
Exactly.
I would
No,
have voted cheddar, if
exactly right.
it was cheddar broccoli and saltines.
But you know,
and guess who's
just
winning?
because
No, of
Trump was
course
the
you
one that
would've.
came up and you were still a Republican and you voted Republican because of X, Y, and Z, whatever your beliefs for, what the fuck are you being penalized for? Now, if you want,
But here's
if
the
you want to
thing.
have a hood and a fucking Confederate flag and run around going, yeehaw, fucking Trump, okay, maybe that's a little different story. But
Okay.
just, okay, well, there's issues to that besides just fucking being a Republican.
Right, but
And
that's
having
why.
issues for that, but that's not-
But that's why the election had to be rigged, right? Because
I never said it was.
No.
Oh,
I'm just
easy.
saying-
Oh,
no, not
easy
you, not
lefty.
you, not you.
Easy.
I'm not saying you. I'm
Wow.
saying in general. I'm not saying you personally. In general, that's why he's screaming that because down ballot, the
Ooh, do
Republicans
Hillary
won.
next. Do Hillary next.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. Down ballot, the Republicans won, right?
Everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Down ballot,
Yeah.
and then they voted against Trump.
Yeah.
So
white,
that's why he's
white
saying,
men did.
Yeah,
White
and,
men.
and so did white women. I know
not
a
as much as white men.
I know a lot of them that did. But so now you're saying if in those states where he's trying to have shit overturned, so those Republicans lost too, because the machines changed everything.
No.
No,
Nobody.
no.
First of all, just nobody in this room ever just said anything about fucking the election except for you. I'm
not-
talking
oh
about
my
the
God,
repercussions
you're-
of being.
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, I
I'm
am.
saying in general, the ideology of what what people are going, it was stolen. No, it wasn't. It was just
one
smart
said
people.
that.
Yeah.
Who hasn't? Trump said the election was stolen.
Yeah, but
So, Hillary said it for
my
5
point
years.
wasn't
I
even
don't give a
about
fuck.
Trump. It was about voting a Republican side
Yes.
and being penalized for it.
But you also no. But you're I think we got on the
You're-
topic
yeah,
of
you're
Trump.
missing the point, not
no,
me.
I think we got when you said you didn't even have to vote for Trump. You could just be a Republican.
Well,
that's where that came from. So
well, I'm
that's why I
saying-
came off on
I-
that tangent.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't have the answer to it.
Yeah,
I
don't
think
necessarily have to like
I just
Trump,
think-
but I believe in the Republican ideologies. I like small government. I like my fucking money. I don't like paying fucking taxes. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I hate fucking Mexicans.
control.
Whatever you want it to be. I'm just saying.
Wow. And that's
I'm saying
Troy's
whatever-
last show, ladies and gentlemen. That's the last time we'll
Say
see
whatever
Troy.
goes
your
LL
reason
Bean.
to vote that is.
Troy's going to
is-
be working at LL Bean now.
But just because you're not going to just switch and go, well, fuck, I'm going to vote Republican this time. I know Trump's not really my cup of tea, but I'm just going to vote. It just doesn't work that way. But I'm just
Right.
saying we're in a weird, crazy, shitty, fucking horrible time, and we're on
Right.
a terrible trajectory.
Right.
And our point is just like he said, that it's trying to fucking nip the shit in the bud. Like, hold on, wait the fuck, because the
Like-
pendulum's going to come back around.
Or we can just go back, and that's I don't know if that's the fear with people in general, is going back a little bit. Because I remember asking teachers, like, I don't know, like when I turned 18, I'm like, I don't know who to vote for. Who are you voting for? It's my business.
yeah.
Like, if
It's
we
a
can-
secret ballot for a reason.
That's exactly right. If
You'll
we can-
never get that back.
I guess because social
Never.
media, because of all of the shit that we have out there now. But that was what that was. And so now you
Don't you think that's a problem when all the polls were so wrong? And a big driving force for why those polls were wrong is because conservatives didn't trust the pollsters and were not going to say I'm voting for Trump.
Right.
Why would they say that? Why would they do that? They're feeling that pressure like, I don't want to be on a tape recorder even saying I'm voting for Trump and get my fucking house torn apart
Yeah.
or picket. That's the fear. Like, if you want to look and see how bad that is, where you can't even comfortably tell a pollster. If a pollster called me, I'd be like, Hillary Clinton, abso-fucking-lutely.
Sure.
Voting for Joe Biden.
Sure.
Voting for a bowl of soup. I would never go on record on a pollster line and say, yeah, I'm voting Republican. Wouldn't do it. There's
then we
no
need to-
fear on
then-
your end
no,
for saying that. You would say Joe Biden in a heartbeat, Hillary Clinton in a heartbeat. Trump voters wouldn't.
Okay.
That's a problem. What do you
Okay.
think the root of that problem is?
I
They're worried about getting canceled for minute things like who I voted for.
well, then we
That's
need
a
to change
fucking
that
problem.
system.
Yeah.
We need to change the polls system then.
Or change the mindset of people in America and go, dude, who you vote for, do you, man? I don't give a fuck.
That's
I know
fine.
you're a good
That's-
person.
that's
I like
fine.
Raj. I think you're a lunatic lefty.
Yeah.
But I love you as a person.
We don't have to
think
change the
I'm a-
system. We have to change the mindset.
The mindset is the problem.
And the system has to be changed as well. If you're
Maybe.
worried about
Do you have a better system?
no, I'm a comic.
It's the same
Yeah,
system that it always has been, though. No, it's the same
No,
system
I'm a
that it always has been. The voting, the polls, everything. Nothing's changed.
Yeah, well,
of
then
the system.
Well, then the people that we're putting in place to be pollsters, we need to vet them better because if they're going out and telling, hey, that guy over there, fucking voting for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, he's gonna do it.
Well,
That's the fucking problem.
Well, it's not the ones working there. It's he means more the poll, taking a poll, like a fucking.
That's what it
ballot.
means. That's what it is,
Fox
like,
News
Not the
calls
people
for-
standing there
calls
in the
for-
thing.
calls
Yeah,
for a
I don't mean like the
But
people
that's-
working
but
the
even,
polls.
But even that, if that
That's the
gets-
whole point of it.
If
That's the whole point of a
that's
poll.
Yeah, if that's the potential to get leaked like that, and it destroys your life, then we need to change
And
that system.
I think it's broader than that. I think the problem is that the fear exists that that's going to happen, whether that's true or not.
Okay.
Maybe nothing leaks, but the fear is so strong on one side
Yeah.
that there could be potential consequences. My kid could get kicked out of a school. Teachers could judge him unfairly. My husband could lose his fucking job. He
Yeah.
could get picketed. That's their fear, and it's based in something.
Yeah.
It's based in some sort of reality.
Okay.
So at that point, that to me is a problem. It's not the end all be all, but that's a sign of a real problem when you go, dude, if I want to make sure, guarantee with 100% certainty, no one will ever fuck with me, tell that pollster I'm voting for Biden.
Okay.
No one will fuck with me ever.
I don't have.
That's
I
a
don't-
problem.
I agree with you, and I don't have outside of
Yeah.
vetting people better and changing the system and the mindset. I don't know how that gets resolved. I don't know. So
I don't either.
So-
I wish people would just stop being dicks to each other.
Yeah,
You know, when
just
you
be
go
nicer.
out, Raj,
Yeah.
there were black people at your event. There were Indian people. There were white people. There were
No,
women.
there were white people, and there was like an Indian.
Most, yeah.
A lot of white people.
My broader point that I was getting to, smart ass, was that people get along when you're outside. And
people,
and
people
it's-
get along in a comedy setting that is,
They do in a gas station setting too, man. People are
Sure,
nice to each other for
overall.
the most part.
But I mean,
overall.
I've
Real life, but to online.
I
It's night and
have
day.
I got to experience my first filming a Karen at a Dollar Tree.
Oh, good for you.
A Dollar Tree in Carrollton, Texas. When she was just absolutely horrible to the black girl that was behind the counter, and a guy just was like, "Go home." And then she got in his face and was just, and I remember turning the camera around and go, I got a Karen. Like, people are, I don't know what happened. Like, we blinked and we missed it.
Yeah.
And everything got fucked up.
Yeah. it
Here's
is.
here.
That's all. That's all we're saying is that it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. We blinked
it's
and we
fucked up.
missed it.
Yeah.
And I don't know when that blink happened. And then we went, okay, well, we'll see what happens. We'll get it back.
Yeah.
We'll get it back. And then
Don't know that you will, though.
No, but as it got worse, we'll get it back now sounds like, you know what, no, we're not getting it back. So you know what? I got to pick a side.
Yeah.
So we're not getting it back. We're not going back to the way we were.
Yeah.
I need to pick a side now. And that's what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And we blinked and we missed it. That's the thing. I remember
agree.
everything being fine.
Yeah.
And people getting along and nobody gave a shit about who. My mom used to vote for who was the most handsome.
Yeah.
Right?
I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, "Oh, you know that Bill Clinton, so handsome." I'm like, well, that's who's getting the vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and so
And that used to be okay.
yeah, and that used to be fine,
Right,
right? And then,
exactly.
And then it just turned into, you're wrong, I'm right.
You're wrong. I'm
There
right.
was no
And
middle ground.
And gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotchas. Karen's is a good gotcha one. I wanted to ask you about that because, or just discuss it. There was a new Karen the other day, not the one you filmed, but
I'd love to see
Woman-
that video, by the way.
I'll show it to you.
woman loses her phone, can't find it, digging through her fucking big ass purse. She accuses this black guy in the store. You stole my phone, and immediately going, why would you single out someone? He was standing next to you, so he stole your phone. And the guy's laughing. They start filming. We get it at this point. And so
I think he took it and ran away. He's still just standing.
he's
there.
standing
Stood
there
there.
with his girl. He's with his girl. And, finally it's like the store manager's like, why don't I call the phone? And she doesn't want to give the number out in front of these guys because they're going to turn the ringer off and like all this accusing shit. And so finally she writes down the number. The guy dials it, rings. It's in her fucking purse.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm so sorry. I feel like an asshole. And it's like, no, Karen,
Yeah, a little
you're
late.
a dipshit. You jumped the gun. You couldn't find your shit, and now you blame the black guy. And she would have probably blamed the vanilla gorilla if he was standing there. I don't know that it was necessarily
I don't
racist.
know.
That-
I know there was a
maybe-
missing phone
maybe
the
not.
other night, and it was in the brown guy's pocket. That's all I know for sure.
Fair.
No, it was on the table. It wasn't.
No,
it
but
wasn't
here's
wrong.
here's where I'm going with this. There was another Karen, if you remember, a year ago, 2 years ago, can't remember. It's been going through the legal system. It was at a hotel, maybe in New York, maybe in LA, and a woman was freaking out and
Yeah.
accused the black kid
Yep.
of stealing her phone. He's like 13 years old. He's having brunch with his dad in this nice hotel. It's his, he gets him every other weekend. He's apparently a great father, takes really good care of his son, has a good relationship with his ex-wife, and they go out and she's like, you stole my phone, you stole my phone. And the kid's like, no, I didn't. And this all goes down. They've charged her. She ends up finding her phone. She left it in a fucking Uber, and the Uber driver brought it back, and now she's stuck here. They've charged her with like full-on hate crimes. She's facing 10 years in federal prison.
Really?
And to me, I look at that and I go,
And that might be a bit excessive.
'cause-
I could see
yeah.
some. I mean,
did she shoot the kid? She accused
No.
the kid of stealing. I got accused of stealing shit when I was a kid.
yeah.
Different time.
Yeah. But I don't know that that's right. So what if they come down on her? Do you think someone like that who accuses a kid, a black kid at that, should go to prison for a year.
No,
for
but you could
6 months?
maybe do some fucking cultural fucking sensitivity training or
Yeah.
some community service, something
Yeah,
along those lines.
Parole
to-
with probation or parole,
Yeah.
not parole, probation with those conditions.
yeah, something
Hey,
along those lines. You got
enough-
to
you
do
gotta
something to try
community
and
service
stop being
in,
a cunt.
in whatever
Yeah.
whatever community you were targeting or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
And
let's try and educate you. That's,
Yeah,
that's
well,
what
do
it
you-
should be.
do you
Shouldn't
think
be
it's a
punishment.
guarantee,
It should be
though?
education. That's where this whole country should be.
Do you think it's a guarantee, or there should be some proof that this not only did someone have an altercation with a black individual, but that's the reason for the altercation? Like that's a step I'm not necessarily willing
Yeah,
to jump
I mean,
to.
yeah,
Cunts are cunts.
Maybe there was a
Cunts will yell at fucking black kids, Mexican kids, white kids,
Yeah.
white women. Cunty people do that stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean
No, and I
hate
mean, if
crime.
you-
now
if
if you
you
said
lose your
this
phone-
motherfucking N-word stole my phone and I know it because that's what these people do. If you made a statement like that, hate crime. But if it's just like you accuse the kid who walked by your table of stealing your phone,
But she didn't accuse anybody else.
I don't know if there was anyone else in the restaurant. I don't know.
There was just 3 people.
I don't know. I don't know. The pictures I saw of the hotel lobby, it looked pretty fucking empty. I'm not saying it was. Maybe there's 20 people there. Maybe
Yeah.
it's a big room. I don't know. But it's like,
But
holy
when it goes,
shit.
when it's
Where
down
are we
your
going?
lines, then yeah, maybe it is a little stiffer of a punishment, But
Yeah,
like I said,
and I'm totally for
let's
that.
not- let's
I
not
would
make
never
it-
argue against that if it was
Don't
like,
lose your livelihood
you know
over
what,
it. But how about we educate?
This fucking curry stinking Indian came through here and stole my phone, and that's what these fucking people do. Like, absolutely, you know what? Throw that guy in the clink for 6 months. Let's let him think about what he did. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't think the
at
Indians
all.
are known for stealing.
No, they're not. It was a bad analogy.
Solving-
It was
solving
on the
problem.
spot. It's a live show.
Yeah, I like how you'll say curry stinking, but
Curry stinking.
you'll say N-word.
If I said sea stinking, what would you say?
No,
You'd go, what the fuck is sea stinking? Cock stinking? Cunt stinking?
I don't know. You let me run with it.
You stink like curry, Raj. Every time I slide over to you, that's all I smell is curry.
But I just love it's okay to say that, but the N-word. Okay.
Dude, believe me,
I always
it
said I was going
kills
to
me to-
adopt a little black child and name him N-word.
instead of Edward.
Edward.
Instead of Edward,
N-word.
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 Yeah, Ian. W-A-R-D.
W-A-R-D.
That's
Would that be great? His first day in
That's a
class.
good name, you gotta admit.
You got to admit.
you know.
N-word Courtney? N-word Courtney.
N-word. N-word. N-word.
You've already put it out in the ether now. Somebody's gonna do it.
I
Someone's
hope so.
gonna do
That'd be
it.
great.
Somebody's gonna do it.
Has anyone seen my little N-word? Anyone? I'm here to pick up N-word.
It's like my joke when I was talking about how people handle tragedy in really remarkable ways. And there was a lady in Sri Lanka that named her baby boy Tsunami because he was born when the first wave hit
It's
the
kind of a
island.
dope
wow.
name.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
A little
And
dark, but
yeah,
That's a pretty cool name, though.
And then I thought that kid's gonna get lost at the beach.
Oh. Little boy named Sue.
And on that note,
Give him an early name to toughen him up.
Raj, it's been so fun having you
Yeah,
in
man.
town for a few days.
We're gonna do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna have some announcements coming up. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But it's really cool having you here and getting your perspective on things.
Thank
and,
you, sir.
It's fun to fight with you.
Yeah.
It's fun to drink with you.
Yes, sir.
It's fun to go out to eat with you.
Yes, sir.
You're culturally fun. You're a funny individual. We're gonna get you into. My goal is now to line up a headliner gig at Ridley's. Work with
Yeah.
Mark on that. Get
Yeah.
you in there for a weekend.
Hell yeah.
Bring
Yeah.
some people out there. Have some fun.
Yeah, and if you have any listeners in Texas, I will be at the Dallas Comedy Club, the 23rd, 24th, and 26th of December.
Where at again?
It's called the Dallas Comedy Club. It's a new club.
When?
Just open up the 23rd, 24th, and 26th.
The Backuses should be there. They're down in Dallas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they've been
it's,
to
the
a couple
Thing
of
you don't
shows. They love
celebrate
you.
Christmas.
It's for people that don't celebrate Christmas because that's,
It's
Really?
a very brown crowd.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's so
Could be
funny
white.
because the comedy
There
clubs
Jews down there?
Yeah, there's Jews down there.
Okay, there you go.
But the comedy clubs don't realize that some people just don't celebrate the holidays.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can I have this? I asked the Improv originally, and they're like, oh, we're going to be closed that week for the holidays. And I'm like, okay, there's
money. You're leaving money on the table.
hundreds
Oh, yeah.
of thousands of people in the Dallas area that do not celebrate
Yeah.
Christmas.
Besides just Christmas Day, and even people that are have people in town.
Yeah.
and things have to do things
Like
around
movie-
the
like-
holiday.
like movie theaters.
Movie
open up.
theaters.
Open up.
Big.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
if I can have that night, and they're like, no, we're closed for Christmas. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Your staff wants to go and see
Yeah.
their family, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
But there's going to be a huge contingency of people that don't have
Sure.
plans for the holidays. So I set up the show for that exact.
Very nice. Christmas Eve.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
23rd, 24th, 26th.
Even you get Christmas Day off.
I didn't want it. I wanted to have a show on Christmas Day, but they
Don't make the employees work.
yeah.
Give the
That was my
staff the day
that
off.
was my thing. I was like, I'm not going
You
to
got a whole hire
People
new,
wanna
whole
go-
new ethnic staff just for the day.
Yeah.
We had a
Get some temps
buddy.
in
Was
there.
it Poltz that did that? That wanted to play every day of the year,
I don't know.
including Christmas and everything, and set up a show. I might be getting that screwed up with someone else. Might have been Poltz years ago. He's like, I play every night. What's gonna? Oh yeah, you read Troy T's read.
I know. I was going to sneak it in there. I've been holding my glasses for 15 minutes, hoping you'd give me a fucking spot.
sorry.
I got to have
Sorry, my
Travis
bad.
send it in over there.
My bad.
You know, your investment plan should be created just for you. However, developing and maintaining a comprehensive financial plan can be a bit of a balancing act. Mark and Jay at LPL Financial can deliver the guidance needed to develop a well-balanced investment plan. Call today and tell them that you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
All right, let's get out of here. We've done 2 hours. Thank you,
yeah.
Raj.
Yeah.
It's been
my
so
bedtime.
good having
see
you,
you.
buddy.
Thank you.
Have a safe flight to Dallas and
That's
then
right.
to
To
LA.
to Los Angeles.
Yeah. Have a safe flight. We'll be in touch. We'll talk soon, and
Yeah.
we'll get you back in here ASAP.
Okay. Sounds
All right,
good,
buddy.
guys. Thank you.
you, bud.
Trav, thank you for being in here too, pal.
Yeah,
I know
man.
This is
That was
getting late
awesome.
for you. How you
was awesome.
feeling?
Good. I'm all right.
You're all right?
Yep.
Good. T. Roy,
Thank you.
love you, brother. We'll see you guys tomorrow.